Hello, hello. Welcome. We are playing Slay the Spire yet again. Oh, it looks like my camera is doing that thing where it lags out. Okay, that's better now. Looks like. Oh, I think it's still doing that thing, but I guess we'll just have to deal with it. We're gonna try Silent Ascension 10 today. Silent, obviously gonna be the... what's the daily today? The daily today is Cursed Run, which we've tried before. Whenever you enter a new room, lose 1 max HP, start the combat with 5 plated armor. That's kind of weird. Green cards now appear in shops and rewards. Good morning, Michael. I've been thinking maybe we should not try to do the daily every single day, because it's honestly a lot easier than the Ascension climb, and it's honestly making me make silly decisions in the Ascension. To be honest, that is what I'm thinking. It probably shouldn't affect me that much, but I feel like I'm being stupid in the Ascension climbs because of the daily and how easy it is sometimes. Just sort of ignoring my better judgment. Yes, Clark is here. Clark is just below me here. And there's a little shelf below my desk, and he sits in that sometimes. So he's hanging out too. Let's check the shops. So there's no early shop here, so the gold doesn't look that great, especially the obtained curse. I mean, it would be fine if there was a shop like 2nd or 3rd or 4th even, but a shop after an elite fight, or multiple elite fights, or just one elite fight. But yeah, the shop doesn't look too great. I think we're gonna go ahead and take the starting relic this time. It's fun to sometimes take the starting relic, especially with a sort of weaker class like Silent. We need a little bit of boost to the start. Sometimes we can get lucky. Okay, that is... Oh boy. This is gonna be an interesting run for sure. Okay, so we have some synergy within this. We have Sneaky Strike, Dagger Throw. We still have our Survivor, so that synergizes with that. We have Tools of Trade, which is great for Sneaky Strike. We have 2 Doppelgangers, which is bizarre. We got a Blur, which is pretty nice. I mean, Okay, so the problem with taking a Pandora's Box at any time, and especially immediately, is that Pandora's Box sometimes leaves you with too little defense. So we only have this block card, Blur, and Survivor, and that's it. That's the only defense we have. So yeah, I'm a little bit worried here for how much damage we're going to take, but hopefully if we manage to kill them quickly with, say, die is a pretty good card to begin with. Finisher, not too great. Dagger Throw is a nice card for sure. Predator is a nice card for sure. Quick Slash is a nice attack for sure. The Doppelgangers are not going to be useful for quite a while, I would say, but could be useful eventually. Doppelganger is X, so it spends all of your energy to give this effect next turn, draw X cards and gain X energy. It's pretty good to set up an X turn, but yeah, it can definitely be a dud, a possible dud in your hand, especially if you have 2 of them. Like, say we draw Doppelganger, Tools of the Trade, Predator, and Ascender's Bane. Like, then we're just... Yeah, true. We can probably work with this. I definitely don't think that this deck, this hodgepodge of random cards, is good enough to take the Burning Elite. I'm a little bit too skeptical of that. We can take triple question mark early here. Usually the only reason not to take enemies over question marks is if you're gonna hit a shop early, you want the extra money, but here we don't have an early shop, and I don't think we're gonna head to this shop, so I think taking 3 question marks can give us some some potential removal, some potential transform, some potential upgrades or other events, and they could always be fights anyway. And then coming up this path right here, maybe taking an elite and another shop would, or not another shop, but a shop itself, could be decent. The other path being elite and double question mark is also totally doable. I think both of those are viable paths. I like to take the Burning Elite early, as I've said a few times, because of the fact that the Burning Elite is going to be necessarily easier in Act 1 than Act 2, because they're easier enemies in Act 1. Finisher is such a terrible card to start with, especially with, we don't have anything that costs 0, or well, we do have Neutralize, but we don't have any, we do have Sneaky Strike can Neutralize, so maybe Finisher can get up to 2 attacks, but even at 2 attacks, it's only 12 damage. What you really want with Finisher is some kind of good drawing, lots of Shivs deck, like lots of Blade Dances, lots of stuff like that. But here, I would say it's not very great. I think in this specific instance, I think we should Predator to draw an extra 2 cards, and then Tools of Trade to draw an extra card every turn. The thing to consider here is maybe Blur. Do I get the Dead Branch waving around? I hope we get Dead Branch in this run. Then it can redeem ourselves. Dead Branch and Doppelganger are actually quite friendly towards each other. To be honest, you could spend 0 energy on this and just get rid of it and then get a random card. It wouldn't be that bad. In a way, Pandora's Box is a bit like Dead Branch at the beginning of the game, in that sort of weird way. See, the reason I'm thinking about blurring is because we don't have any block in here. He's gonna deal 6 damage next turn, and either we're gonna kill him, which I find a little bit unlikely. Well, we do have 12 damage, 13 damage. Let's see here. So this is 25 damage, 25 plus 17 is, that's lethal. So I guess we don't need a blur because we have lethal next turn. We have a guaranteed that we'll draw all these cards because we're going to draw 2 more from 5, so that's 7, and then draw an extra 1 and then discard it. So we have a guarantee of drawing all these cards, and then we can get rid of the thing that we don't want, which I guess could be any of these things. And then Sneaky Strike, we've already discarded a card, so it's net neutral energy. We get to play the Neutralize for nothing. And then the die, and the Dagger Throw is enough. So maybe this deck isn't so bad if we can burst them down without taking any damage, but I find that highly unlikely, usually. So it looks like the main synergy that we have in our deck right now is discard. So we're gonna start pushing the discard a little bit further, I think, with maybe Dagger Throw, but the other thing we could consider is just skipping here because, you know, this is an extra attack. Do we really need an extra attack in our deck? I think we could use an extra discard, but we do have the Tools of the Trade, which synergizes with Sneaky Strike already. If we get a Eviscerate or something, then coming out of the discard could be nice, but right now we have so many attacks that it might be worth just keeping the deck a little bit small so we can access our block more consistently. It's pretty close here. I think this is one of the only attacks I would take right now. I mean, there are some attacks which are pretty good in Silent, but this one synergizes pretty well with our deck. I think we're gonna skip here. Yeah, it is pretty close. We do have way more attacks than we need to have, so don't forget to like the stream if you're enjoying, as always. We can go ahead and neutralize him, which will definitely save us some HP. We're only going to be able to gain or block 5 HP this turn, which is a little bit unfortunate. We can die here. We could even think about finishing, but I think I might want to draw an extra card next turn instead. I think that would be helpful to draw an extra card next turn. And have an extra energy as well. The blur effect is not really doing anything. Block is not removed at the start of your turn because we don't have enough block to actually use that almost ever, so yeah, it's not really helping very much. So he's not attacking us right now, which means we can go ahead and dagger throw, get rid of the block card because that's not going to be helpful. We can sneaky strike and then finish him off with the predator. I think the dodge and roll is going to be slightly more useful here just because it is some block and we need a little bit more defense for sure. I do like the dagger throw, as I said, but I don't think that we can take it right now. Okay, remove a card from your deck. I think Finisher is probably the worst card in our deck. It's pretty close between Finisher and Blur here, but Blur is block and we need block, so... Doppelganger is also pretty bad, but we can also just get rid of Doppelganger pretty easily just by playing it at zero energy. So it's not the worst thing in the world. It's just like we have 3 Ascender's Banes that sometimes help us. As we saw in the last combat, Doppelganger isn't so bad that it's like unforgivably bad or anything. I think Finisher is unforgivably bad in this case. Or was that a thumbnail suggestion, Michael, to have the dead branch waving around? That would be a little bit funny considering our previous adventures with the dead branch. Okay, let's go ahead and quick slash to see if we can't finish this guy off. We can't destroy him, but we can go ahead and play these 2 cards. I think I'd rather play the Tools of the Trade here than the Doppelganger because of the synergy with Sneaky Strike. Otherwise, I don't think that would be what I would play here. I think I'm going to get rid of one of these Doppelgangers. I think 1 Doppelganger is fine to have in your deck, but 2 Doppelgangers is a little bit much. Especially in a fight that's really not going to go on for very long. Die is great here, of course. It can finish off the side of the slime and deal damage to him. It's a bit unfortunate that I forgot that we had this card in our deck and dealt the damage to the acid slime rather than the spike slime. It's weird that this is called the spike slime and this is called the acid slime because, like, oh, it says little spikies on his head. We can go ahead and get rid of the blur, although we will keep the 3 block for next turn. I don't think we'll need it. We can get our energy back with that. Can deal this damage, and we have lethal, so you don't need to worry too much about next turn or anything. Interesting. So we have quite an interesting pick here. Oh, okay, yeah. The bird holds these sticks in the air, right? I forgot about that. Holding the dead branch, mocking us from last time. Oh, I was really upset about that run. So, Concentrate is discard, but we don't really have enough draw to use Concentrate right now. I mean, it could be useful for like Doppelganger, for example, but I don't think we have enough draw to use Concentrate very well right now, although it is a very good card with very specific other cards. For example, Expertise. It's insanely good with Expertise. That's draw until you have 7 cards in hand, or 6 cards in hand if it's not upgraded. Or Spinning Top, Unceasing Top. It's very good with Unceasing Top. It's very good with just a lot of draw cards, like Acrobatics, for example, it's good with. It's also good if you can somehow discard and draw, so I think Tactician or Tactical Retreat or something like that. There's a card where if you discard it, then you draw 2 cards. And Concentrate is obviously very good with that because you can discard it and then draw some cards. But then again, Dash and Leg Sweep are these block cards which have reasonable effects during the game. So this deals 10 damage as well as blocking 10. This has 2 weak on it. I think the 2 weak might be slightly better than the Concentrate here. Concentrate isn't working well with our deck right now. We need to actually survive the first act, so I think we'll take the Leg Sweep. It can be good with a Blur as well, because it has some real effect in the turn, but it's not necessarily like if we Blur and Leg Sweep and they're not attacking, it's actually not the biggest deal, because they were applying the 2 weak. So the same is true of Dash, but I think the weak is slightly better than the damage because of all the damage we already have in our deck. Although the Leg Sweep is slightly better against Knob, Gremlin Knob. Die will work wonders here. So let's see if we can't find it here. Let's bring this guy within range of Die. It's a bit unfortunate that we weren't able to find it, but we can go ahead and deal with the problem that we've created here. We can also see if we can't find it still. Let's deal the damage here so that if we do find it, we can use it. We can't block in, unfortunately, but we can go ahead and weaken our friend over here and Doppelganger to draw the Die, almost for sure. We have 1 chance not to draw it. We are going to take a little bit of damage, 12 damage here, but I mean, we could have Leg Sweep there, but I think I was a little bit greedy looking for the Die. We are weakened, so this is not ideal for sure. But we do have a Predator in hand, so we can deal with one of them. Let's think about this. So it's 9 damage, so neither of these guys are actually going to die. Which is a bit unfortunate here. We could play Die, Blur, Survivor, and Dodge and Roll to keep some block for next turn as well, and then probably be able to finish them off. We have the 4 energy from the Doppelganger. It's unfortunate that we drew double Doppelganger last time. I think that's pretty unlikely. Dodge and Roll does not work very well with or it works okay with Blur. It's not the best card with Blur because I don't know, you'd rather all the block now because you're getting it next turn anyway, right? I would like to play the Tools of the Trade, but I don't think we have the time to, and I don't think it will really matter in the end. That's a nice block on him because it probably won't matter for almost any of our attacks that he... Oh, it does actually matter because we're weakened, right? I forgot about that. But we can kill both this one and this one by Predator and Quick Slash. So let's go ahead and Quick Slash first. Then we can use the Predator over here and deal some damage here. It doesn't really matter if we Doppelganger or not because we're never going to see it again. Get 2 more cards this turn from the Predator, which will be nice to be able to finish off him for sure. So we can go ahead and just Sneaky Strike for the finish. We don't even need to worry about the energy that it gains us. So I think in the spirit of potential knobbing, this game is just full of innuendos, isn't it? In the spirit of potential knobbing, I don't think we should take Escape Plan or Setup. I think Setup is a very bad card anyway, but I don't think we should take either of them. Although Setup Sneaky Strike is not a bad combo necessarily. Can gain you a lot of energy for sure. But I think it's actually not terrible, but now that I'm saying Setup is a terrible card, now I'm like, oh, combo, anyone? But I don't think that either of these are impactful enough that we should take them, because Knob will destroy us if we have too many skills in our deck, which we do have quite a few skills in our deck. We added a few since we were lacking the defense. The Quick Slash, I'm not sure if it's worth taking that. We already have one in our deck, and it's not a bad card at all, but I think we do have the damage to be able to deal with a Knob or a Lagavulin, and taking a Quick Slash I don't think is gonna increase our damage enough to warrant its place in the deck, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. We'll go this way so we can take multiple elites here. Lagavulin, I think Lagavulin is, I'm not sure if it's the worst one. I think the, what's it called? Sentries might be a worse one to get this early. It's nice that we've got the Ascender's Bane and the Tools of the Trade in our hand early on. It would have been nice to get a Doppelganger, but next turn hopefully we can go ahead and play the Doppelganger for the 3 energy, is my plan here. While he's sleeping, so he sleeps until we deal damage to him or something else happens. So unfortunately we got the blur right now. I would have rather the blur the turn after because of the block not being removed, but once we break him, if we had the blur in hand, we could do a little bit of extra things. We're not going to sneaky strike because we'll break him and then he'll wake up. He's going to wake up after next turn, so we're going to break him next turn, and we're going to Doppelganger here so that we have lots of energy and cards to be able to do lots of damage and stuff on him. We'll keep the other Doppelganger because I think there might be some use for it at some point, just for like one card maybe, and then it at least replaces its card and gives us an energy the next turn. So this should be a pretty nice turn. Okay, let's think about this exactly before we discard anything. I think we can discard the Doppelganger because we are probably going to use all of our energy here. So let's think here. So this is net 0. We can Predator for sure, so that's 2. 3 with the die. 4 with the Dagger Throw. 5. 6 maybe, unless we draw something with the Dagger Throw. What's in here? Quick Slash and Dodge and Roll. If we draw the Quick Slash, we'll probably play that instead of the Survivor Blur thing. But Blur is definitely not a bad thing. He's going to deal 20 damage when he wakes up, so it's certainly not terrible. Okay, so Predator I think we want to play for sure. The Dagger Throw I'm a bit neutral on. We could think about blurring Leg Sweep instead. We would draw a Quick Slash and a Dodge and Roll next turn, which is not bad. When we blur and Leg Sweep, we're going to keep the block for next turn, and we're going to apply 2 weak. He's going to be weak, so that will be 15 damage, which we'll already have the block for, which means we don't even need the Dodge and Roll next turn, but it'll help us with the turn after, I guess. I think that's making sure that we block in completely next turn and giving 2 weak is probably worth doing, honestly. It will make the next 2 attacks 15 instead of 20. We'll draw an extra 2 cards next turn, which will mean that we can play lots of attacks next turn without worrying about our block, because we're blurring here. We could even think about blurring next turn if we draw it. Okay, let's see here. So we have the Sneaky Strike, which we will definitely play. We have the Predator, which is certainly something we could play. We do have the Blur again. I think I would rather play the Predator than the Blur here. Although it's pretty close. What do we have in the deck right now? We have Neutralize and Doppelganger. Drawing the Neutralize certainly isn't bad, it's just an extra 3 damage. So playing something like a Quick Slash wouldn't be bad at all. So I think let's get rid of the Dodge and Roll. I don't think I'm gonna, or maybe the Leg Sweep. I don't think I'm gonna play the Leg Sweep this turn. The weak is not worth it right now. Okay, so let's start with the Sneaky Strike, because that's obviously being played. And then I think I would like to play Predator so that we have all our enough options available to us. We draw an additional 2 cards next turn. And he's not, no, he is going to attack next turn. but I think that's probably worth doing. And then the blur will save us six block for next turn. So it's between blur and quick slash. Quick slash could get us a neutralize, which would be another 11 damage and an extra weaken, but the extra weaken is going to be on a turn where he's not doing anything, so it doesn't really matter, the extra weakened. So let's think about this here. I mean, dagger throw is probably better than quick slash actually, so quick slash is out of the question really. It's either dagger throw or blur here. I think blur is slightly better. It goes six block this turn, and we can use that to block in next turn with only 9 block from something like, say, Survivor, or we could blur and dodge and roll, or we could just leg sweep. I'm not sure what we want to do next turn, but I think next turn we do, if we are able to draw it, we would like to play the Predator to be able to draw a lot on the turn that he's not attacking. Okay, let's think here. So we're definitely going to play the Sneaky Strike. That's like no question about it. That will gain us the energy back, so we don't need to worry about it. In here we have the Predator and the dodge and roll. I would like to play the Predator this turn, but I can't guarantee it, because we can only draw 1 card without getting too little energy to actually play the Predator. But we probably will draw enough attacks to be able to attack 3 times on the turn that he's not dealing damage to us, but we don't have 3 1-cost attacks in the deck at all. So it might be worth playing a Doppelganger for 1 energy this turn, so that we have the extra energy the turn after to be able to play the 4 attacks, or the 3 attacks. So we could play our Sneaky Strike, we could play the Neutralize, maybe the Survivor and the Doppelganger. I think that's reasonable. We're not going to play the Quick Slash because Dagger Throw is better than it anyway. Even if we thought we were going to play that, we wouldn't, right? So Neutralize is just 3 damage here. The Weakened is not doing anything. Oh wait, I missed energy. I guess we could Leg Sweep instead of Survivor. We could always Dagger Throw, but I would like to guarantee getting the Predator into our hand if we're going to bother playing the Doppelganger. So I think leaving the Predator on top is worthwhile. I think we'll go ahead and Leg Sweep instead. We block in fully, and then we can Doppelganger for 1. We could have always Doppelgangered for 2 instead. That wouldn't be bad at all. And then I think we can finish him this turn, so we don't need the Leg Sweep for sure. We can Sneaky Strike for free. We can play the Quick Slash, which doesn't draw us the Dagger Throw, but we do have Lethal here, so it doesn't really matter. Our extra energy did not help at all. Dreamcatcher is certainly interesting. This is a weird pick. I mean, we could do some kind of X-cost deck, which is a weird archetype for sure. Not a great archetype, I would say. X-cost decks need a lot of energy, and they do rely on having the Doppelganger, because the Doppelganger allows you to sort of double your energy for the next turn. It gets you this extra energy, and then for the next turn, and then you can use that doubled energy, sort of like if you use the full energy, to play this for like 2 turns worth of energy. I mean, we could take a Skewer to have that as like the finisher for that deck, or we could take the Malaise to sort of It's weird that this is being played on the Sentry because the Sentry has the artifact, which is kind of negating that in a way. What are we up against? We're up against the Guardian. So the Guardian doesn't like repeated damage. So maybe Skewer is slightly worse than Malaise just in Act 1 in general. The Guardian has this, has Thorns half the time, which doesn't like repeated damage. Although, I'm not sure if these are, like, worth taking here. I think maybe an X-Cost deck is hard to pull off, especially starting in Act 1. I guess if I were to make an X-Cost deck, Malaise would be a better card in Act 1 to take than Skewer would be, because Skewer is not really going to do very much here. But Malaise can at least, like, weaken and lose strength for sure, and, like, that's not negligible in Act 1 at all. People have, these creatures have very low attacks, so losing strength is very powerful, of course. And the Guardian does do repeated damage. He does the 5x4 thing, so Malaise is pretty good at 8x2 as well, so it gets pretty decent here. We could rest. I mean, we are slightly low on energy, or slightly low on our HP, and we would get a card to pick from. But I think maybe smithing is better because we haven't smithed at all, and I don't really know what the upgrades for these are and how good they are. I guess maybe Tools of the Trade is a good one to take. Could definitely upgrade the Blur. That's certainly a thing we could do. I'm not sure how I feel about the X+1 sort of deal. Like, I'm not sure how useful that is. I don't think upgrading the Neutralize is as good as it usually is because of the whole Malaise and Leg Sweep deal. We already have quite a bit of Weakened. I'm not sure there's anything that I really need to upgrade. I mean, everything's kind of nice to upgrade, but not, like, absolutely necessary. The X+1 thing does allow you to play it on 0 energy, so maybe upgrading one of the Doppelgangers so that we can play it on 0 energy would be worth doing. I think that's probably a decent idea, because we have 2 of them, specifically. So one of them will probably be played in a quick fight on 0 energy, and having it upgraded will be nice for sure. Ooh, Bonfire Spirits. This is interesting. Now I wish I didn't take the Malaise, because if this was an earlier Bonfire Spirits, I probably would have given them one of the Doppelgangers, but now I'm feeling like this might be the deck archetype that we're going for. I kind of want to look up, like, on the wiki, like, what do the Bonfire Spirits actually give you if you give them a rare card, because I don't actually know. Bonfire. Is it one word? Bonfire Spirits? It is one word. Oh, whoopsie. Oh, it came up anyway. That's fine. We can change the view here so you guys can see what's going on here. There we go. Okay, so it's an event that can happen in any act. We're going to give them a card. If we give them a curse, we get the relic Spirit Poop, which gives us -1 point at the end of the game. If we give them a base card, we get nothing. They're disappointed with us. If we give them a common or special card, I don't know what special card means, then we heal 5. If we give them an uncommon card, we heal the full. If we give them a rare card, we heal the full plus 10 max HP. Heal the full is certainly nice. Here, we're at about almost at half health here. No, we're not. We're at we're not at half health. 35 is half. Oopsie. We're at, like, quite a bit less, or quite a bit more than half. So giving them a rare card here isn't bad at all. I wonder if the Malaise is worse than the Doppelganger, actually. It might be. If we're going for a discard thing, then maybe getting rid of the doppelganger is fine. Although getting extra cards is nice with discard, right? I think I might actually just give them the Malaise. I think it might be worse than the doppelganger. I mean, the Die is not that good of a card, to be honest. So I could think about getting them that. I do like the 10 max HP, and I mean, I could give them the blur as well. I don't really need the blur. Or even the predator, or even the leg sweep. Like, any of those would be fine to give them. But that's just to heal the full. I would like the 10 HP. Or 10 max HP. I think the Malaise isn't super important to our deck. I thought about maybe going down that route, but I don't think it's even the best card ever. I mean, it's nice to have losing strength for sure. Losing strength is like pretty nice, but we're not giving them that many minus strengths because it's only X number. I don't know how much energy is a strength loss worth. Probably quite a bit, actually. So maybe it is doppelganger, or maybe it is Die, and we go for the Die does not seem that great, but it is pretty good in Act 1. I mean, it's not good against him, for sure. It's just 13 damage. I'm thinking of getting rid of the Die, because it doesn't synergize with either the X cost thing or the discard thing. And it's not that good of a card. Like, it's an okay card, but it's not... It costs 1 energy, and it's 13 damage to all. It could be 17 damage if you upgraded it. But again, it's just not really that amazing. It's nice to end the game with, but it's not that amazing, for sure. I'm gonna do this. I don't know if that's stupid. It's probably stupid. Let's go ahead and do it anyway. That was probably dumb. I think a lot of people would disagree with that, but I'll take the potion ball. It's stupid to take the sapphire right now. Let's go ahead and, I don't know, upgrade the other doppelganger? I'm not sure. Getting more energy seems decent here. We do tend to be able to use it, it seems. Interesting draw here for sure. I mean, we could... No, we can't draw for, like, a discard, because that doesn't... We wouldn't have enough energy to play the sneaky strike. I think we probably play the Predator and the Doppelganger, is my initial thought. It'll give us 4 more cards. We'll have 9 cards in hand, 2 more energy. That'll be a pretty nice second turn. We might even be able to do a lot of damage with this. Or we could even Doppelganger again. Good tools of the trade just to enable the sneaky strike soon. We don't have very much damage in this hand, which is kind of weird. Let's see, what's his half health? 30 plus 4 is 34. Duh. Well, we could set up a big blur, but I'm not sure how useful it would be when we have, like... We have quite a bit of damage in the pipeline, right? So I think maybe just Dagger Throw to shuffle the deck, so that we have this damage in the pipeline, actually. And then maybe Doppelganger? Can go ahead and discard the Survivor, I think. Could Doppelganger here for the 3 energy, 3 draw. Let's think about the number of... So if we're gonna have a discard, so we have the Sneaky Strike already enabled. So it'd be 2 energy. If we draw all the attacks, 3 energy, 4 energy. And that's 8 plus 12 is obviously 20, 23, 38. Sorry, yeah, 38, yeah. 38 plus 9 is lethal. Okay, so if we draw everything, then we will win. So let's go ahead and doppelganger here and hope that next turn we draw all the attacks, because we already are guaranteed to draw 3 of them here. So just drawing another 2 attacks isn't too bad when we draw an extra 3, and we have certainly enough energy to do it, and we have more than enough energy to block in as well, so. And break him, so. Get rid of the survivor, I think. And sneaky strike to start. We've already broken him open, so it shouldn't matter too much. Yeah, we have more than enough damage to be able to do this. Fairy in a bottle is really nice, especially with the potion build, because we're probably going to keep that until we die, or until we would die, and then we get to heal to 38 HP instead, 30%. Outmaneuver is pretty good for the X-Cost deck. And we remove die, so we're sort of going for that, I suppose. Now I wish I took the, what's it called, what is it called? Concentrate, that's what it's called. But we wouldn't have that many tools to support it other than the doppelgangers, I guess. We can go ahead and tools the trade doppelganger here if we'd like to, because then we can draw some extra cards, we can get some extra damage in. I think it's probably worth doing. Because we can't play those later anyway. Oh, we should have played the other one, shouldn't we have? Because then we would draw a little bit of extra, get a little bit of extra attack in. I guess let's discard the survivor, or the dodge and roll, because I don't think we're gonna play that. Or probably the outmaneuver. We're definitely not gonna play that, right? So we can go ahead and sneaky strike here. We definitely want the neutralize in our hand, so I think we'll get rid of the dodge and roll. 8 block now is probably better than 4 block now, 4 block later. We could Predator and then Malaise for like a lot of weakened, a lot of strength loss. Let's think about this. So if we Malaise right now, he'll get 2 more strength and he'll lose 3 strength. So he'll be at -1 strength. So this will be 11. I don't know, that doesn't seem that good. We could leg sweep and even survivor as well. I think let's just leg sweep and chill. It's a lot of block for 1 card, and the 8 block we're not really using to its fullest extent, and we're giving him strength for the next turn. I don't think it's worth doing that. Playing one or the other is certainly worth it, I would say, but playing both of them, I don't think so. We're not gonna play the outmaneuver, so let's get rid of it. It's not worth playing. I'd like to draw the Predator, but I guess it doesn't really matter that much, does it? Oh, well, we could play the Predator. I just want to be able to draw enough cards so that we have lethal the next turn, because he's gonna Skull Bash us, which means he's gonna apply vulnerable to us. And I'm willing to take the 7 damage if we're lethal the next turn, right? Alternatively, we could not take any damage and then also be lethal next turn if we draw well. But I think with these 3 cards in the deck, I don't think we're going to draw that well, right? We only have 2 more cards to draw, so if we do this, then we'll have another 4 more cards to draw. I think we'll be able to deal the... what is it, 9 damage then? Yeah. I think we'll be able to deal the 9 damage then. Oh, I guess we always have the Shiv pluses if we needed them. If we somehow didn't draw the damage in the 2 cards. Or the 3 cards I guess we were drawing. So I guess maybe it was fine. we have a pretty decently consistent draw, so maybe it was fine. We could take the Skewer now, if we're doing this X-cost deck. The problem with having too many X-cost cards is that you can't really play them all in the same turn. But the good thing about Skewer is the rest of these X-cost cards, they exhaust, but Skewer, it doesn't exhaust. So you can keep playing Skewer as many times as you'd like. So we could take the Skewer for that sort of purpose and just not play it for a little while. I don't know, I kind of like this X-cost idea. I'm not sure if it's like, oh, we got the Chemical X. I was gonna say, I'm not sure if it's good, but we could get something like this in the shop, which would certainly make this a little bit better. Chemical X is obvious. We're obviously gonna take this. There's no way we don't take that, right? Like, there's no way we don't take that. We could even take the well-laid plans. It's certainly good with, like, if you want a doppelganger, get a bunch of energy for next turn, and then skewer them for a bunch of damage. Keeping the skewer in your hand is great. I think we already have enough draw that the backflip is slightly worse. We could probably take the well-laid plans and make use of it. We almost have 5 potions. I wish you could move your potions around. I'd like to move the fairy potion to the end and then the ancient potion right here to like sort of prioritize what order is like which one we would play first sort of thing if we're in trouble. Like Shiv and Skill Potion I would play before ever playing the Artifact Potion or the Ancient Potion. Excuse me. I think well-laid plans works well with our deck archetype right now. Now I wish I had the die. Oh boy. Well, this is terrifying in many ways. I think we take the 3 shivs here. This is a whole whack load of damage. And we do need a little bit of, like, little damage. Are you okay, Clarky? You want to go in the room? The room is not available to people who have stinky bums. I'm sorry, sweetheart. You want to come here and see me? Come here. Can I lift you up? Yeah? Okay. Yeah, unfortunately Clark has some issues with holding in his anal secretions. We want to kill these boys really fast, so I'm not sure which. I guess the Tools of Trade isn't that good right now because of the whole fact that we already have the Sneaky Strike in hand and we want to kill them fast, right? So it's not that good. I think playing the Doppelganger for 1. Yeah. Something like that. I think we will use the shivs here. We need a bit of small damage, is sort of my thinking. Can kill another one of them with the 2. The other thing we could do is well-laid plans, outmaneuver, and then next turn Doppelganger for like a ton of cards and draw, but I think maybe that's not great. I didn't really think about their attacking totals when I was dealing the damage out. I might have accidentally got rid of someone who was dealing 4 instead of 6. I'm not 100% sure. I honestly didn't even look. I think we might just Doppelganger instead of playing either of these, because I don't really want to keep anything with well-laid plans right now, at least. And I think next turn we want to kill them for sure. So I think Doppelganger might be the best thing. The Chemical X is doing insane things here. We draw an extra 5 cards and an extra 5 energy next turn. It's crazy. So for sure here we have lethal. I mean, we can go ahead and quick slash neutralize. Yes, he needs a vet visit, yes. We have something scheduled already. It's just later in the day. That's why I wasn't streaming earlier today, is because I was waiting to see if he needed to go to the vet before I started streaming, but he needs to go to the vet later on because it's a sort of last minute appointment, so we didn't get to choose the time very carefully. I'm not sure if we want anything here. Nothing really, I mean, obviously these three are in our deck, but none of them really stand out as like the card that I want another one of. And Fletchets, I guess, Fletchets, I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 out of 17 cards that are skills. And we do have big hands sometimes with Doppelganger. But even 8, if we had all the skills in our hand, we had 8 skills in our hand, I guess that is quite a bit of damage, isn't it? But I don't know, I'm always tricked by this card. It's always worse than I thought it was going to be. I think I'm going to skip here. Although, you know what we could do? What we could set up is we could set up a deck where the only attacks are Sneaky Strike and Skewer. And then just have a ton of... Oh, and Fletchlets. And then just have a ton of skills that block in and do good things for us. Get us energy, get us cards. And then, obviously we keep the neutralize as well because it's such a good card. Well, maybe we would get rid of it, I'm not sure. It depends on how many removes we have. But the idea being that if we just have a bunch of skills and a Fletchlets, then we're always going to have like at least 3 or 4 skills in hand. So Fletchlet's going to be like at least 12 to 16 damage. The upgrade for it is 6 damage each. And then I guess the other thing that I was thinking is that like if we just have a bunch of outmaneuvers and doppelgangers and such, then the skewer is probably going to be enough damage at the end of the day, right? Even if we're just playing like 1 skewer every turn, that's like maybe 14 damage a turn sort of deal. And then Fletchlets on top of that is also pretty nice, right? Maybe it's okay. I think building some kind of Fletchlets X skewer deck is something that appeals to me. It's a bit odd, but it is something that appeals to me. We could upgrade the skewer right now, or we could upgrade maybe the Malaise. I guess more energy is generally going to be better for us. Having an upgrade skewer is certainly nice. It's going to be a lot more damage per play. Fletchlets isn't quite there yet where we need to upgrade it, I don't think. I was talking about how the Guardian doesn't really like repeated damage, and then I just picked up a skewer and a Fletchlets, which is a little bit spooky. Maybe we should upgrade the Sneaky Strike so that we have a little bit more single attack power. Or we could upgrade the block cards so that we have a lot more blocking. I mean, maybe the blur upgrade is decent here. Clark, are you okay? Are you sure? Are you gonna be okay? You don't need in the room. The room is carpeted, is the problem, and he has some, like, secretions of this brown liquid, which is not gonna be good for the carpet, obviously. And I don't want to clean the carpet after he sharts all over it, essentially. I think maybe the upgrade should be well-laid plans, actually, because that just gives us a little bit more consistency. It's probably better than the blur upgrade in many ways. Gives us a little bit more consistency in terms of keeping the cards that we want to keep. Oh my word, why are you trying to get away from me? Sweetheart, don't be mean. Okay, neutralize, I think we're for sure just gonna play that out. The hair in my face is certainly not fun. We could well-laid plans both of these and then outmaneuver to keep them for next turn and then play them for crazy amounts of strength loss and such. Or I guess we wouldn't really want to play this on the doppelganger actually. The other thing we could do is well-laid plans and play the doppelganger for... So if we outmaneuver and then play the doppelganger, then we could keep them allies and then play them allies for whatever energy we have left, which is going to be a decent amount, right? Excuse me. Yeah, that's going to be a nice play because we're going to get 9 energy next turn. We can play whatever we want with the extra 4 cards, and then we get them allies for a minus strength of whatever, really. We could do 5 because that's the sort of damage that he does a lot of the time, is the 5 damage times 4. Or we could do even 8 if we wanted to. It'd be nice to break him right now as well. Or we could try to block in, but I don't... So let's think about the weak maybe, or the strength and the weak and the block is hard to do the math on because weaken 25%, that's going to be 25% of whatever the strength lost number is. So we need to calculate the strength loss and the weakened condition every single time differently. Yeah, it's pretty weird in that way. Blur is probably not going to do very much here. It would have been nice to get like a survivor or leg sweep to get some like big block in there. We could quick slash or dagger throw to find those things if you would like to do so. I don't think we need to play the Predator this turn. We have the retain well-laid plans up, so we can retain 2 cards that we want to keep. We could always keep them allies and just play the doppelganger for like another 4 energy or something next turn. We could play like the skewer to deal a bunch of damage right now. Although skewer we should play like dagger throw and quick slash before the skewer because that's going to be 9 damage for the 1 energy versus the 7 damage for the 1 energy. Okay, I think we're going to play the Tools of the Trade because it's going to be helpful for activating the Sneaky Strike. I think we'll probably end up taking the damage here. I don't think we have enough damage to break him, and if we do, I'm not sure if we even want to do so. So we could dodge and roll, blur, and Malaise if we'd like to do so. So that's 9 block plus, we'll have 6 energy left, so 6 strength lost from here. So he'll have 30, 25% of 30 is going to be half of 15, which is going to be like 7 or something, rounded down, right? So 7 less than 30, so 23 minus the 9 that we're blocking in. So we'll take a good 14 damage. 14 damage is not the end of the world for sure. I think that's probably fine, I would say. It's a good setup. It's minus 6 strength, which is gonna be a big deal later on. And let's see what we should keep here. I don't think keeping the doppelganger or the skewer is good right now because we don't have the energy to really make use of them very well next turn. I guess we could keep the doppelganger to do that, but I think letting them go is fine. Keeping the Predator and the dagger throw might be okay, or the quick slash instead of the dagger throw maybe. I'm not sure. Do we want to discard anything next turn? Perhaps the fletchlets we could discard easily, so probably keep those 2. We only have 3 energy next turn. but we will be able to play the Sneaky Strike without any impedance. It's not bad at all. I miscounted by 1, or by 2, because we took 12 instead of the 14 expected. Maybe I thought it was 9, but maybe it was 11. I don't know. I thought it was 9. I'm not sure though. We're gonna definitely get rid of the Survivor here. We don't need, or we could think about the Fletchlets for sure before we do something here. The Fletchlets is gonna be a lot more damage than the Dagger Throw actually, with the 4 skills in hand. So maybe we get rid of the Dagger Throw instead. So let's start with the Sneaky Strike. Outmaneuver next turn isn't bad at all, although if we break him right now, outmaneuver is probably pretty bad, because like Skewer doesn't make any sense next turn. Although we could outmaneuver in Doppelganger next turn. He'll be only dealing 2 damage or something. He deals like 10 damage, I think, when he goes into his thingy. But either way, I think we play Fletchlets before then. Oh, Doppelganger doesn't really make sense this turn, does it? Neither does outmaneuver. Let's just play the Fletchlets and the Predator here, I think. This is perfect damage as well, to not worry about the blocking stuff. We'll keep the Doppelganger and maybe the Leg Sweep. Or maybe we should keep the outmaneuver and the Leg Sweep, because outmaneuver is sort of I want to say cheap way to get energy next turn. It's like cheap in the way that it's not expending the resources of this card, essentially. Keeping 2 skills is also pretty good for Fletchlets, although we're not going to play Fletchlets because he has the whole thing going on, so maybe we get rid of Fletchlets actually. But in general, keeping skills is good for Fletchlets, of course. So he's only dealing 1 damage here because he's also weakened, is the thing. So he would be dealing 2 damage, but I think... No, wait, that doesn't make sense. If he was doing 2 damage, it would be still 2 damage because it rounds down instead of up. So maybe he's doing... He must be dealing 1 damage then. I don't know. So maybe the weakened isn't helping. Or maybe the weakened applies before the strength. Maybe I have that backwards. I'm not sure actually. Maybe that is the case. That would make sense. Okay, so let's get rid of this. Let's go ahead and start with a blur, and then we can Sneaky Strike to use that energy but not use it up. We can go ahead and Leg Sweep maybe, or yeah, that's probably the most block for the energy, right? Or yeah, that is going to be worthwhile, right? Or we should maybe outmaneuver, dodge, and roll? I'm not sure. Are we going to play the Neutralize or not? I don't think it's probably worth playing a Neutralize. It's 3 damage, and the weak is not doing anything, right? So maybe it's better to dodge and roll, outmaneuver. Outmaneuver would be nice next turn, because then we could play the Doppelganger, we could play the Doppelganger, and then the turn after play the Skewer. So he deals 8 damage times 2, so he will have 0 damage next turn. So we don't actually need to beef up the blur at all. We're not taking any damage here, but if we are going to attack one more time, we do need to block in more, but I don't think we need to attack again anyway. So let's just go ahead and do this. We don't need to block, but it's fine. We're going to keep this Skewer, I think, for 2 turns, and I'm not sure if we should keep the Leg Sweep or not. Maybe just the Dagger Throw. Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure which is the best to keep here, but just keeping 2 cards out of our discard is also good, just because then we don't have to draw them again. So that's another benefit of the Retain, is we don't have to draw them again, so we draw more consistently. Unless we overdraw, of course. We're not going to play the Neutralize here. It's not going to be worth doing because we have... although one of the benefits of keeping the block here with the whole blur thing is that we get to attack a few times. Or I guess we could Predator maybe. I guess Predator might be a little bit too much draw with the Doppelganger as well. Let's think about what we're getting next turn here. So I think we want to skewer next turn. We could go ahead and try to get the outmaneuver as well, because that'll give us an extra energy versus an extra... Yeah, it'll give us an extra energy versus the extra draw, which we would prefer an extra energy, I think. Let's try to find it. Okay, we did find it, which is perfect. Although we did spend an energy finding it. We did 8 damage as well, but I don't know if it was worth it. Actually, I'm not sure. We have to think about it a bit. And then we'll play the Doppelganger for the extra energy, the extra card draw. I think we'll just keep the skewer here because we're going to draw 6 cards next turn, which means we're going to overdraw 1 even if we don't keep anything. So let's think about what we want to draw next turn. We're probably going to play the skewer for a ton of damage, so we should probably think about keeping things like... Well, we want the fletchlets in our hand, obviously, so maybe we should keep the skewer and one of the skills so the fletchlets does more damage. Might be a decent idea. I don't think the Predator... No, the Predator is slightly... The Predator is worth the 2 energy, right? Because this is 14 and this is 15 for 2 energy. So maybe we keep the Predator and the Skewer here. Getting the extra 2 draw is pointless if it's not cards we need, right? So we would like some skills for the fletchlets, but I don't think it's worth keeping a skill just to play the fletchlets on it, right? We're gonna have enough skills anyway. We have 3 skills, okay. Never mind. I guess we don't have enough skills, but it's fine. We'll get rid of the neutralize, I think. Or maybe the fletchlets should go. Oh, well, that is 12 damage. Probably better than other things. We could quick slash and dagger throw before we play the fletchlets, which would maybe draw these. Well, it would draw these 2 cards, right? So get rid of the neutralize, I think. I'm not sure what we're going to discard with the dagger throw, though, is the real question. So we'll go ahead and use the sneaky strike. We'll use this for sure. So then the question is, should we dagger throw before we fletchlets? Because we're going to draw this, but what are we going to discard? I don't think we're going to discard anything, right? We don't want to discard anything. So I think we don't dagger throw before the fletchlets. I guess it's kind of neutral, right? Whether we do or not. He has 5 times 4, but he is -8 strength from the Malaise, so he has nothing. He has no damage at all. So we can feel free not to break him, but I think we're going to break him just because we're going to deal a bunch of damage, which is good, of course. We like damage. So this is 16 right now. 16 plus 9 is exactly 25. We definitely don't want to deal exactly 25. So playing the dagger throw, then the fletchlets is pretty terrible. Playing the fletchlets and then the Predator is also bad. Actually, no matter how we cut this, we're gonna have to go through his block as well, right? If we're planning on playing the skewer with whatever we're doing. So I guess maybe we play the fletchlets first because that's the most damage. And then the Predator. Dagger throw is more than 7, so we should play it. And then we're not taking much damage next turn, so it doesn't really matter. We could think about outmaneuvering here, but I think maybe 7 times 6 is slightly better than that. Yeah, let's just go ahead and play the 7 times 6. I mean, why not, right? We're only taking... He's only going to deal 1 damage next turn, so... Go ahead and keep the outmaneuver and maybe keep the dodge and roll. I'm not sure. Doesn't really matter, I guess. We could keep the blur because it's... I don't know. Dodge and roll, it doesn't really matter. It's completely irrelevant, honestly. This combat's pretty much tied up. It doesn't really matter right now. We should probably just, like, rush through it because it doesn't matter that much. We'll get rid of the neutralize because it's not worth the damage that we'll take by playing it. Play the maybe Survivor here. Get rid of the Skewer because we're never going to play that here. Play the Sneaky Strike. Play the Predator probably, right? Or we could play an Outmaneuver and a Blur. Yeah, that's probably fine. Because then we'll have some block and we'll have energy next turn to be able to deal some damage. I don't think we want Dagger Throw. We don't have many things we want to discard, so we'll have some energy. We'll have some cards. We'll have some block to be able to hit him. We're not going to play Neutralize because it's not worth the damage that we'll take from it. Fletchlets and Skewer, we're definitely not going to play here. Too much damage. We will play the Predator for sure. And then I think we could play the Quick Slash and the Dagger Throw here. Let's start with the Quick Slash, I think. Okay. We didn't draw the Sneaky Strike like I was hoping, but we could always draw it here or next. We could draw it next turn, obviously, when we're going to draw it, but... Okay, Outmaneuver is kind of the thing that I was hoping we would get. We could keep the Fletchlets. Don't think... Well, maybe the Skewer is lethal next turn, actually. Let's get rid of the Dodge and Roll. Play the Outmaneuver here. And then we'll keep these two because I think we might have lethal next turn. So we almost certainly have lethal this turn. We'll get rid of this because the Fletchlets is fueled up, I guess. Well, we have lethal with Skewer here. 7 times 3 is 35, so we'll just play this and end the game, I guess. Oh, and also we get the +2. I forgot about the +2 with Chemical X. Yeah, I should think about that a little bit more often with the Skewer. That's going to certainly be something that is important. 2 cards stand out to me here, the Phantasmal Killer and the Envenom. Phantasmal Killer is probably better because we have Retain and we have just like some big damage cards. So I think Phantasmal Killer is probably just insane here, right? Yeah, that's probably the case. Risk play doesn't do very much. And before you ask, the X cards do not cost 0, they cost X. It's different. Slaver's Collar is obviously amazing. I think it's probably better than Philosopher's Stone. Because we probably don't need the energy for the regular fights. Watch us die from regular fights here. But I think Slaver's Collar is slightly better here. Oh, we're having a Sentry themed game here. We have the other Sentry themed one up here. I don't know. I can never remember his name. Yeah, it just eludes me. I don't know why. So let's see here. We probably want to face the Burning Elite before we get to Act 3, so coming through this path is probably decent. Let's think here. We do want to take quite a few elites because of our Slaver's Collar. There's an elite down here, which will allow us to take 3 elites. I think 3 elites is the most elites we can take. Yeah, 3 elites is the most elites we can take. Getting this Campfire Elite later is pretty nice. We could take the early shop, but I think with the amount of money that we have right now, 38 or 138, I don't think we want a shop this early. We could take this early shop, but I think we'd rather take the combats than the Fire Elite question mark Fire Elite shop and then Burning Elite. I think we'd rather spend our money at this shop at the end rather than the shops along the way. interesting hand here. I don't think we're going to play the Phantasmal Killer here. It's probably a little bit too risky. It would be really nice to have the 4 energy, but of course that's only during the boss and elite combats that we have that extra energy, but that's the ones that really matter anyway. In these fights, we're looking to just not lose energy if we can, or not lose energy, not lose HP if we can. Here we have 8 block, but we need 12 block, obviously. We could Survivor Tools of the Trade, or we could Survivor... I think we're going to Survivor for sure. We're not going to play the Skewer this turn for sure, so we can discard that easily. Now, either we're going to play this and this, which, I mean, Phantasmal Killer, I don't think is really going to do anything next turn, except, like, deal a little bit more damage, but if we're going to play this way, we might as well play that, right? The Tools of the Trade is probably worth playing because of the Sneaky Strike activation here. Although the Predator draws 2 cards next turn and deals 15 damage right now, I think this will deal at least 15 damage. So I think these two are a slightly better play than the Predator, because this is drawing 1 extra card every turn, this is drawing 2 cards the next turn. Pretty similar effect there. And the Phantasmal Killer would probably deal at least 15 damage, if not more. The other thing I should be considering here, when I discarded this Skewer here, is that 0-cost Skewer actually does deal 14 damage. Yeah, 0x Killer does, or 0x Skewer does deal 14 damage, which I need to think about a little bit more often. Well, I'm kind of stupid with that discard then. But, yeah. We can, I'm kind of thinking about discarding this, because playing... Well, discarding this is really bad for this, obviously. The other thing is, if we... No matter what we discard, we're gonna have to discard another thing with Dagger Throw, right? Unless we wait till the end of our turn, in which case we can't be able to keep this for next turn if we try to retain it. So maybe we just get rid of the well-laid plans and then play these 3 cards and discard and just play the Dagger Throw at the end of the turn. Well, I guess we're still going to discard the card we draw, right? So might as well play this before, right? Yeah, I don't know. I think that's probably fine. Or I guess we could discard the Ascender's Bane with the Dagger Throw, right? Yeah, that's probably worth doing. Yeah, obviously. Obviously, that's probably worth doing. Okay, so we're going to discard the Ascender's Bane so that we can play the Fletchlets for 2. Fletchlets, neutralize. Let's think of a maneuver here. So we're going to draw 6 cards. Hexes are shuffled whenever we play a skill, because he's going to curse us with that effect. So we don't have very much draw here. I mean, we do have, what is it? Actually, we should definitely outmaneuver here, obviously, because we're getting these cost cards next turn, which will be pretty nice to double energy as well. Have 2 energy to play. The days will be kind of annoying though, for sure, but we get some extra draw with these for sure, so not that bad. Could probably get rid of one of the doppelgangers here. I'm not sure if we want to draw the Malaise this turn. If we don't, then we should play the other skills before we play this Quick Slash. Like, I wouldn't mind playing the Leg Sweep here for sure. Leg Sweep, Quick Slash, Doppelganger is probably the play. Please draw the days. Okay, we draw the Malaise, which is bad, of course, but we're gonna get something with this, so... We could also play the Malaise on him, but I think this is slightly better here. We could have played the Malaise at the end, too, for the 2 strength loss. It might have been worth it to do that there. We'll definitely just discard the days. I don't think we're gonna be too sad about that. Okay, I think we'll start with this. We'll think about the... If only we had the Skewer in hand. We could draw for it, I suppose. Nope. That would be really nice with this amount of energy. We would definitely have lethal here. So we have 4 skills in hand, so this is going to be 16 damage. 16 plus 15 is certainly going to be lethal, so we have lethal anyway. A second skewer? I mean, again, skewer is basically a 0-cost card that deals 14 damage now. So probably a second skewer is worth taking. I don't know. Seems good to me. There's no X block in Silent, right? There's an X block in what's it called? Defect, but not in Silent, I think. I think that's right. Fortunately, we don't have any block here. We could, well, we can quick slash, of course, to see if we get any block. Okay, that's not really helping. I think we will use the skill potion here to see if we can get some block. Okay. I guess we could take an expertise. Blur is block, I guess. I think maybe Blur Doppelganger is sort of the play here. Doppelganger will still get us 2 energy, 3 energy, and 3 draws next turn, which is certainly worth doing. Really don't like the fact that we're taking 14 damage here. I would prefer not to do that, but it's funny how this game started and I was like, double Doppelganger, that's terrible, and now it's like, whoa, that's awesome. It's so lucky that we got this chemical X from that job. That was like, that was perfection. I didn't realize how good chemical X can be. Like, 0 cost, 14 damage is just, whew, that's really good, obviously. I don't have to tell you that. It's just very good. Okay, so let's think about lethal here. So obviously these can be function as 0 cost 14 damage. So this is 28 damage at least in our hand here. 28 plus the 15. 28 plus the 15, is that going to... That's going to be able to kill him. So that's 40... Sorry, 43. 43 damage. Plus the 9 is exactly 54 damage, which would kill him. So we can spend 3 energy killing this guy. So if we can spend... So we can go ahead and spend the rest of our energy making sure this guy doesn't hit us at all. And maybe even Phantasmal for next turn, where we can Sneaky Strike double up there, which will almost certainly be enough to kill him. So, and we could even Doppelganger here. So let's get rid of the Malaise, because I think we're playing everything else in our hand already. So we're going to Predator, we're going to... Oh, Daggerthroat draws a card. We can just discard that. Then we want to... Oh wait, we can't play Survivor before we skewer, can we? So I guess we're going to discard Doppelganger with the Survivor, aren't we? Yeah. We maybe should have kept the leg sweep, because that doesn't discard. Yeah, that was probably smart. That would have been smart, but... Oh wait, I just did the damage on him. I meant to do it on him. Oh no! What have we done? I'm so dumb. God, that's really annoying. Yeah, that is not cool, but I guess we can still kill him, and it's fine. and we won't take any damage, but we will have to do a significantly higher amount of damage next turn. We do have the doubled up damage, so maybe it's fine. We do draw an extra 2 cards as well, so it's probably fine. We almost certainly have lethal here, right? Yeah, I don't think it should be a problem. Yeah, it's not a problem. I just felt stupid for making a big plan and then doing the wrong attack first. Heel Hook looks really nice here, for sure, because of, like, yeah, it just looks really nice with the Malaise and the leg sweep and the neutralize. We have a lot of weak, but sometimes Heel Hook is actually pretty bad. But Sneaky Strike might be better. It's a free 12 damage most of the time, because we usually have tools to trade up. Although, I need to be careful with this deck, because I need to not add too many silly things into the deck. I think we need to skip to, like, not add too many silly things, because we already have a lot of silly things going on in the deck. So I think maybe skip is better. We already have damage. We don't need more damage. Okay. Let's be real about everything. We don't need more damage. We should be fine. Unfortunately, we had a fight in this question mark, which means we'll do 4 fights in an elite. Or we get a campfire before the elite, but it's fine. Okay, this is kind of a weird situation. I guess what we could do is Phantasmal Doppelganger to draw a bunch of cards. They'll be costed randomly because of the Snecko effect, but at least we'll have a lot of energy to play them, and they're double damage, so... And Skewer might be able to just save us there with the extra 3, 4, 5 energy. An extra 5 energy is probably pretty nice. An extra 2 triggers on each of them as well. That might just be lethal. Okay, so we have 5 skills, which is going to make this really nice, obviously. We can Survivor, get rid of, like, this or something, and then we can Sneaky Strike to get an extra energy as well. Survivor costs 0, so it's definitely worth doing. Oh, we should have played the Fletchlets before Survivor, obviously. Oh, we had 2 more skills. That was so dumb. Okay, well... Okay, stop misplaying. Stop misplaying. This is lethal anyway, almost certainly. Okay, yeah, it is. Stop misplaying and you will win. That is the key to life. Prepared isn't too bad. It's a good cycle. It can help activate our Sneaky Strike more often. Footwork is also really nice, obviously. I think Prepared might just be a good card to take because it's a good cycle, it's a good consistency check. And I want to take consistency checks over other things that are a little bit silly. Again, we have too many silly things in our deck right now. The question is, we should probably prepare before we Fletchlets. Let's get rid of the leg. Oh wait, we have the blur. It's only 2 skills, it probably doesn't matter. We can play the Skewer for 0 as well. And the Sneaky Strike, Blur, Leg Sweep, that's all of our energy, so. And we'll have a bunch of block for next turn, and we'll have some weak on one of these guys. We'll play this on the lowest health dude, so we can go ahead and finish him off first. Play this on the highest health dude, because we're probably not going to attack him for a while. The Chemical X gives us 2 attacks even though we have 0 energy, which is pretty nice. Okay, let's see here. So we have 16 block, which is 2 less than we need, so we can go ahead and dodge and roll and then block in fully. I think we dodge and roll, we Phantasmal Killer, and we Doppelganger. Doppelganger with Chemical X and upgraded gives us 4 cards for just the 1 energy for extra energy as well. So that's pretty nice. Oh, we also didn't even need to dodge and roll, but at least we get 4 energy. We get 4 block this turn. Hopefully we have enough damage to just like roll over these guys. So let's see here. Let's try to be as efficient as possible. So we could Predator on him. See what we have in here. We have a skill in here. Could Predator on him, we would only lose out on 4 damage, whereas if we like double up on this, or I guess we could think about neutralize plus dagger throws. That's only 24 damage. It's a bit unfortunate with that amount of damage. We could quick slash and dagger throw other people to see if we get a more convenient amount. Like, let's see what amounts we have in here. We have, well, that's going to be a pretty variable amount. We could sneaky strike for 24 damage. 24 plus 6, is that better than 30? No, that's worse than 30. That's going to be 32. So I think the 30 is the most efficient way to kill this guy. Then the question is, so 14 times what is going to give us something like 55 or 53? 14 times 4, maybe? 14 times 4 is 12, or sorry, 16 plus 40 is 56. So that's pretty perfect on him. So if we have 2 energy left, we can play the Skewer to kill him. So can we play this? Can we kill this guy with our remaining 3 energy that we have? I think so. Or at least pretty close. If we are able to draw it nicely. Okay, so we can get rid of the outmaneuver here. Probably not going to need that. Okay, we have Skewer here, which we can play for the 28 damage for 0. So let's go ahead and do this first. Then this with the Chemical X, we go ahead and kill him. This is a pretty nice deck we have set up here. We don't want setup in our setup. Although setup on Sneaky Strike is not a joke. That is actually a pretty good plan. But I think Adrenaline is going to be better than setup here for sure. That question card really coming into play with that extra card with the Adrenaline. That's certainly a really good, nice card to get. Okay, setting up Tool of the Trade, really nice here, of course. We can prepare just to see what we get. So let's get rid of the Survivor, we don't need that. Then we can Dagger Throw. Ah, that's unfortunate that we get the Sneaky Strike there. Dodge and Roll will give us 4 block next turn. Unfortunately, we didn't have a lot of things to do that turn, but next turn we might have something to do. Is this the question mark? No, this is not a question mark. This turn, do we have something to do? Well, we could Malaise for 5 here if we want to, but I think we would prefer to get some block out there, maybe even well-laid plans on like a Doppelganger after we outmaneuver. Be decent. We have not very much block in here, so drawing is not really getting us any more block than what we already have with the Blur. So Malaise might go on there for just the 2 with the Chemical X. That might be worth doing at this point. And the Weakened, of course, so I think we're going to get rid of the Quick Slash here. I think I'd like to play the Outmaneuver, the Blur, the Well-Laid Plans, and then Malaise for just the 2. We take 2 damage, but I think it's probably going to be fine. With our leftover energy next turn, we can play the Doppelganger. We'll draw lots of cards, it'll be nice. We don't have any defense here. This is a little bit scary. Somehow we have 4 skills in hand, but no defense, which is weird. We do have the Adrenaline, so we could draw 2 cards here. Those 2 cards are kind of silly. We do have the Phantasmal Killer in hand as well. So we can think about not drawing and keeping that in our hand for like next turn or something. I don't really want to take this damage though, is the thing. I think we just discard maybe the doppelganger actually. So let's weaken this guy. This is 3 skills now. I don't know if we actually are going to play that. We could just tank this damage and then like Phantasmal Killer, Doppelganger, and draw like a ton of cards, get a ton of energy next turn, and just wail on them with the Skewers and the Predators. Like, this is a lot of damage to tank just before an elite fight, though. We don't really have much of a choice, though, like, because we don't have any draw. We can draw 2, but it's not going to draw us anymore, and this isn't defense. So, like, no matter what, unless we kill these guys right now, we are taking 24 damage. So I guess maybe the question is, should we just try to kill these guys right now, and can we kill these guys right now? Well, if we do Adrenaline, we're going to draw at least 1 Skewer. So, like, what is Skewer going to be right now? So that's 7 times 6 with the Adrenaline energy. 7 times 6 is a bit of damage. 7 times 6 is going to be 35 plus 7 is 42. That's not really enough. I mean, we could do 7 times 5, 35 plus the 12. 35 plus 12 is going to be 47, which is also not enough. Plus maybe another 14 potentially, so we could probably kill this guy, but I don't think we can kill this guy, which is... I don't really want to kill the Mystic before the Centurion is the thing. We could also think about Vulnerable here. Vulnerable would probably kill the Centurion. We should probably think about it first, though. So that's 6 times 3. 6 times 3 is going to be 18 plus, what's 50% of 7 is 3, so that's 10. 10 times the remaining 5 is 50. 50 plus, sorry, what was this, 18? 50 plus 18? That's not lethal, is it? It's only 68. So we would have to play 2 of these. But I think that would still be... I think that might be lethal if we played 2 of these things, like either both Skewers or the Skewer and the Predator. It might be lethal. I'm not 100% sure, honestly. So how much more damage is the Predator than the Skewer? So this is 4... So with the Vulnerable, it would be 10. No, 20 damage, and then with the Vulnerable on this, it would be 15. Half of 15 is 7. 7 plus 15 is 22. So we get an extra 2 damage, which is 70. So that's 2 damage off lethal there. So we would have needed to play the Fletchlets before we played the... well, whatever we played. I don't remember what we played. Played something. We discarded the Doppelganger, is that what we did? Could have discarded the Sender's Bane instead? Is that what we did? I think so. And then this would deal an extra 4 damage and would have been lethal. Yeah. I think we're just gonna have to tank the damage here. I mean, there's not really a way to kill... Well, we could kill him, for sure. I think for sure. I'm actually not 100% sure. We could kill him. But if we kill him, he's gonna go crazy, and I don't think we have the capacity to kill him next turn, so he's gonna probably deal at least 11 damage to us next turn. So is it worth it to do this, or is it just worth it to Phantasmal Killer? We could Fletchlet Phantasmal and Doppelganger, and then next turn be able to Adrenaline and such, and get these skewers and deal just a crap ton of damage next turn. I think that's, I don't know, we'll just tank the damage, I guess. It's kind of annoying, but it's, oh, we should have Fletchlets first. I'm so dumb. Why do I keep doing these stupid things? Yeah, okay, it probably doesn't matter, but, you know. I really don't like losing that damage, or losing that health. Next turn is going to be, or next battle is an elite, and that's, well, we do have a campfire before, but I didn't really want to rest at the campfire, so we have a Fletchlet's 5 skills, so I think getting rid of the neutralize is slightly better than the Fletchlets. We're probably going to be able to kill them this turn. Should we play the Fletchlets before the Adrenaline? Could potentially draw 2 more skills, but we have 3 attacks in deck here, so we probably would draw at least 1 attack and 1 skill probably, so it'd be net neutral probably, but we could draw 2 attacks, but we could draw 2 skills, so let's go ahead and do it. We drew 2, we drew net neutral, okay, that's fine. So 8 times 5 is 40, right? So that's exactly lethal on him. And then I have no doubt that this is lethal. I think we should just pass here, although the Flying Knee is kind of nice, although the Quick Slash is kind of nice, although these 2 cards are eh. I think we skip here because, like, obviously our deck is not consistent enough yet. I think we should probably rest here. We get to add a card to our deck as well if we want to. I don't know. Again, I don't think we have the Sneaky Strike. We want it to be more consistent, and we've had some turns recently where we weren't able to play the Sneaky Strike when we got it. Cloak and Dagger is not a bad card either, but I think we skip. I've never seen 2 Gremlin Wizards. He usually doesn't attack first either. Oh, sometimes he does actually, now that I think about it. We can, oh, we have Fletchlets. I thought that was another skewer for some reason. Make sure we don't discard the skewer. We want the skewer for the 14 damage at the end of the turn for sure. So I definitely don't think we want to double discard here, because I'd like to play Phantasmal if we can. Could also think about playing Fletchlets right now. This is kind of a weird turn because we have these discard things in our hand, but we have things we don't want to discard. The discard synergy is kind of terrible here. It's the only discard synergy I like is Tool of the Trade, honestly. These 2 cards are not great, honestly. Maybe I shouldn't have taken the prepared. Well-Laid Plans is pretty nice for the doubled skewer, like the Phantasmal and skewer thing. Although Survivor, I'm not sure how we're going to survive it then. So are we going to tank 6 times 3 is the question? And I think the answer is please no. So I feel like we're going to play all these this turn, but this is not good anyway, right? I guess maybe it's better than Skewer? Probably not. So we'll Well-Laid Plans. We'll play the Phantasmal. Oh, we need to play the Survivor before the Skewer, don't we? Oh, that's a big problem. This discard does not work with this X stuff. This is super annoying. Yeah, this is really annoying. His deck is not really synergistic. I guess we could take a skill potion, or maybe just a weak potion on him. Yeah, why don't we just do this? Honestly, let's just do this, and then... Yeah, the 7, or the 2 extra here is probably worth playing it now rather than next turn. We could deal it here. That's 7 times 4. 7 times 4 is going to be lethal on him for sure. That's 28, so 28 is better spent here probably. We do want to kill these guys before they start powering up, so maybe this is worth doing. I don't know. I don't know. What's worth? I don't know. I don't know. It's already getting pretty late in the day here, and we are only on Act 2 in the beginning. We need to work a little bit more quickly here, I think. Sneaky Strike, unfortunately, is not active right now, which is super sad. But we could always keep it for next turn. Yeah, we should keep it for next turn. Let's go ahead and Predator on this guy, I think. And then we can outmaneuver because we're going to have extra cards. And then I think we just blur to keep the extra block for next turn because we have the extra energy this turn. We're turning that energy into block. That's really rude. Malaise on him is going to be awesome. Okay, let's think about this guy's health. So 3 plus 9 is 12. He has 14. So we could do the Sneaky Strike and the Neutralize. Let's think about how we activate the Sneaky Strike. We could Dagger Throw to activate the Sneaky Strike. Dagger Throw on the Dodge and Roll, I think, is probably the worst card in our hand. That's a lot of weakened. No damage anymore. Probably Adrenaline's worth playing here. We'll definitely play the tools. So let's think about the Malaise and the leg sweep and everything. So if we leg sweep, we're at 16 block. He's dealing 7 times 3 is 21, so we'll take 5 damage. So if we reduce his block or his attack by more, then obviously he's dealing less damage. I think it's probably worth to get the maximum Malaise on him. Let's think, if we do the Malaise right now, then we'll take 1 damage, but he'll be down 5. No, wait, it's +2. So we could spend an extra, well, he'll be -7 if we do it right now. 7 is probably worth doing, because he'll be doing 0, right? How does that work? He was at a certain value, and now he's at -7 of that value. So how is he doing 2 damage times 3? That doesn't make any sense. Whatever. I think we will play the Doppelganger here. We will play the Skewer. We'll keep these 2 maybe, because we're only drawing 3 extra cards, so 3 plus the 2 plus the 5 is going to be no overdraw. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Oh, because of the weak. He had weak before. That's why. That's why. So now the question is, should we try and lethal him next turn by phantasmaling out, maneuvering sort of thing, Predator, or do we have lethal this turn? We might have lethal if we draw the right things with the Quick Slash and the what's it called? Prepared. I think it's probably worth going for lethal this turn. Draw the Quick Slash. We'll draw something with the Quick Slash first. 6 skills in hand, probably worth playing this, right? Yeah, it's always the silent, right? Except when it's not. I don't think we're gonna kill him even if we draw the skewers here, so I think we just set up for next turn here. Go ahead and get... Don't really want something that discards a card. I get we kept one anyway, but you know what I mean. So we probably will be able to kill him this turn. We're drawing 6 extra cards. We have the extra skewer damage with the Phantasmal. We don't need that. Sneaky Strike, and then this is definitely gonna be lethal. This is 140 damage, so I would certainly hope that's lethal. Toy Ornithocopter and Potion Belt is quite the combo, but we do have the Farina Bottle, which we're not going to use for a while, but... Does the Farina Bottle trigger the toy? I don't actually know. Yeah, the Chemical X has been insane so far. I think Acrobatics is probably the one discard card that I'm like, I would add that to my deck. So let's take it. We've gotten really unlucky with the question marks. Please, please, please do not give us a dead branch. Okay, that's good. This guy gave us a dead branch last time and it ruined our run, which was not cool at all. I don't know if Shuriken is really our deck. I guess we do play the skewers at 0 a lot for the Chemical X effect, so I guess it probably does trigger a lot, and the extra strength is triggering on the skewers, it's triggering on the fletchets. I don't even, why is these words so difficult to say? Fletchets. What is this one again? Oh, right, you can do all of these, can't you? But you have to take the damage to leave. Let's take the 90 gold, I think. That's probably worth 6 damage, right? I'm not sure. Colorless card might be worth taking 6 as well. I don't think the potion is worth it. Let's just go for it. Oh, we can repeat them? I forgot about that. Oh, it's just a random one. Okay, well, that's terrible. This is terrible. We shouldn't have done that. Oh, wait, it's more gold. No, it isn't. It's the same amount of gold. Well, we shouldn't have done that, but that's terrible. This is a terrible card. Let's leave. Let's get out of here. We should almost consider resting here. Yeah, we should probably rest here. That was fun. Kind of stupid, actually. Tactician is great. I was almost going to take the open Uber, but I think Tactician is slightly better here because of our discard synergy, and we even have the Tools of the Trade here. Where is it? There it is. So it wasn't Tactician that draws you cards. I don't remember what it is. It's like Tactical Retreat or something. I can't remember. If we do both of these, we could keep the Sneaky Strike in hand to be able to play next turn, but we do need a draw because this is some damage coming in here. Reflex, yeah, I think it is Reflex, something like that. Let's go ahead and deal some damage here. Oh, perfect card. This is exactly what I wanted to guess. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Oh, my word. Okay, so I guess we could Dagger Throw and Sneaky Strike and then still be able to play the well-laid plans and stuff. Okay, this is just a weird hand. We're gonna play this because then it will trigger the Shuriken. Could think about using the Skill Potion here as well. Probably worth doing, honestly. These are all pretty bad. I mean, this isn't bad in our deck, obviously, but right now... I guess we could keep it for next turn. We are taking, what is it? 14 plus 13. Yeah, we are taking a lot of damage here. I almost think it's distraction. Just to see another card. Because dodge and roll, like, well, it's okay. I think we really need a little bit more here. Okay, okay, okay. Not complaining at all. That's definitely not bad at all. I think we'll use the full extent of this. I think we'll do it on the highest altitude, because it's only 3 that we're reducing, so... yeah, I think that's fine. I mean, the weakened isn't doing as much, but he's gonna be alive for the longest, so... we're still taking quite a bit of damage here, for sure, but definitely helped to Malaise right there. I'm glad we rested. It would have been very sad here if we had not rested. I do not like being weakened. That's pretty bad here, but this is... I'm not sure about this hand. I almost think Outmaneuver is the weak link. Maybe Discovery is the weakest card here. I mean, if we play Doppelganger even at 0 energy, it's still the same effect as Outmaneuver. It's even better than Outmaneuver, right? So, do we really need to Outmaneuver as well? Probably not, right? But we could keep the Phantasmal, the Skewer, or we could play the Phantasmal, keep the Skewer for next turn, and then play it with like a ton of energy. Discovery could get us something good, like some block or something. Go ahead and weaken him, I want to say. We might play the Discovery. Let's go ahead and try it. I thought it was a random colorless card. I think I'm going insane. It might be Acrobatics here. Let's see what we have in deck here. So we have the Survivor, we have the Dodge and Roll, we have the Tactician, which would of course be good. Leg Sweep also pretty good here. Adrenaline would be great to get. Cloak and Dagger is also not too bad, but I think we'll take the Acrobatics here. Tactician is what we want to see there for sure. I think we'll Acrobatics again before the Fletchlets. That's awesome. That's really good draw. We'll get rid of the Prepared. We don't really... I think we'd like to see these cards next turn instead, with a Phantasmal in play. Or we could Adrenaline them as well. Or we could keep the Adrenaline. There's many things we could do here. Fletchlets is 3 times 6 is 18 damage right now. 18 damage. If only we could get... two more skills somehow, but we definitely cannot get 2 more skills. We could get 1 more skill at most by spending the skill. And somehow drawing both of these, but can't get 2 more skills this turn, at least. Okay, we should definitely think about our block before we start doing things here. I guess we should Adrenaline. Okay, we did get 2 more skills, and then I don't know, this is pretty close to lethal, but it's not quite there. We could always Vulnerable to seal the deal if we want to. Might be worth the 9 health. Probably is worth the 9 health. Should have double checked the counting on that just in case, but probably worth it, I don't know. Okay, so let's think about the block here. So we can block with Blur and Survivor, that's the full block, or we could block with Leg Sweep, for example. I think we definitely want to play the Phantasmal, so we can't full block with Leg Sweep, but we can get close to it. So maybe we should Blur Survivor, get rid of this, and then Phantasmal. And then We want to keep the skewer for next turn when we have the double damage, but we're going to play at least one of these doppelgangers with the 0. Gives us 3 energies, 3 cards next turn. We'll probably keep the skewer in hand. I don't know if we'll keep the dodge and roll in hand. Probably not. So we could get 6 cards, 6 extra cards, if we wanted to. This combat probably is not lasting very long here with this going on, so I think this is probably okay. We want to kill them next turn. That's sort of the goal, so. Well, that's a lot of wounds. Is that like all the wounds that we had? Almost. Almost all the wounds we had. Okay, so let's think about the skewer damage here. So at 0 energy, the skewer is still doing 32 damage. So that's just insane. We don't need to we don't need to worry about whether or not we have lethal. We just have it for sure. It's not even close. Go ahead and deal this damage. This damage should be sufficient as well. Well, that's something. We certainly have some block cut or some discard, so that's not bad at all. We could even pick up a dagger throw. That is 3 block, 12 damage, discard a card, or draw a card. But we could skip as well. It might be better to skip here. I really hate that I add discovery to my deck. I don't know, maybe it's good. Maybe it's good enough. Dagger throw, what do you think? What do you think, dagger throw? Are you good enough? I don't think you are. We could have added the... what's it called? The bomb! That's exactly what we need. Just kidding, I don't think we need that. Lantern, not too bad either. Lantern, not too bad at all. Prismatic Shard is actually not too bad either. There's lots of X cards in other classes, but it probably gives us more dilution and less good stuff in overall. Oh, we'll definitely take the acrobatics, I think. I think it's not even a contest, we'll definitely take the acrobatics. We could even think about picking up some potions here as well. I think we will take the lantern, it's good enough to take. Remove is not too bad either. Removing the discovery that we took 6 damage for. God. Stupid game sometimes. Removing the Predator wouldn't be too bad, or the Quick Slash either wouldn't be too bad. Could just pick up 2 potions. It does heal us 10 health once we play them. And we lost 3 potions to our last 3 fights, or last 2 fights at least. I don't know about the poison potion, but the vulnerable potion is pretty nice. Maybe we take the vulnerable and the remove, and then we leave. I think we want to remove discovery. I don't think it's a very good card. I think we're just going to remove that, right? Maybe it's slightly better than Quick Slash, because it's kind of like draw a card but pick the card you draw in a weird way. We could also get rid of Neutralize. It's pretty bad in most cases, in our deck at least. That might be the weakest draw, actually. It usually doesn't matter, but we do have the shuriken, so maybe it is worth taking. It is probably worth taking the neutralize because of the shuriken. Only because of the shuriken. I don't know. I think we get rid of the Quick Slash. It might be slightly worse than the discovery in most cases. And then we'll take the vulnerable potion and leave. Burning Elite time. Okay, this shouldn't be too bad. As long as we draw okay. We didn't draw terribly. Not terribly well either, but not terribly. I think we'll start with this. Tactician is great, of course. Malaise is also great to apply to the Gremlin Leader. Could do that at 4 energy and then he would have -6, right? Yeah, he does give himself some buff, but -6 would stop him from attacking at all right now. Prepared is good enough to play, I think, here. Let's think about this for a second. I think Dodge and Roll is probably even worse than Dagger Thrower here. And then we could Phantasmal. But it might be slightly better to Blur. We will save 1 block at least for next turn if we Blur here. If we're planning to Blur Malaise. Well, let's do it. This is 6. So he's dealing 0. As long as he doesn't buff, he's not gonna get anything on us, but he will buff eventually, so... and then I think we Doppelganger here because... Maybe we don't. Maybe we don't. We could probably save this for a better turn, right? It might be good to get off the ground, though. It's probably good to just get off the ground with the Doppelganger. The Malaise is certainly nice to prevent us from getting too low here, but I don't know, I think that might be worth doing. We could have also thought about the regen this turn, or that last turn. Fletchlet's super good, but I guess we're weakened or something. Fletchlets also helps, or Discovery also helps with Fletchlets, for sure. It's a nice little skill that could be an attack. Let's Adrenaline to start, I think. Makes the Fletchlets a little bit worse here because we didn't draw a skill, but it's fine. I would like to get low enough in card total that we can Acrobatics. But I'm worried, like, when are we playing the Fletchlets here? Are we playing the Fletchlets at all here? I'm not sure. Are we playing the Skewers or are we not because we are weakened? I mean, we're not going to be unweakened for a while here, so it's probably worth just playing them and getting them through the discard, right? I guess we'll... I guess we'll play the Outmaneuver. I don't know. We'll just not play the Fletchlets. I don't know. Now we have another Fletchlets. Now I wish we played the Fletchlets, but I guess we can... Acrobatics? I don't know. We didn't draw any skills. This is terrible. But we can get rid of this if we want to. We can just get rid of the Fletchlets. It's not good anyway. I'm just doing this because we have another Fletchlets in our deck at least. We can probably kill these guys here. This is 6 damage. I'm not sure if we can actually kill them here. That was maybe a mistake to break him there. We could... we should have played the Fletchlets before. What are we doing? What are we doing here? We can keep the Fletchlets, but it doesn't cost 0, so it's probably not worth keeping. Just deal some damage here, I guess. So these are 10 damage at 0 energy. I guess we should probably discard the Ascender's Bane. And then I would probably rather draw cards than get extra 5 damage on them. Maybe it's better just to do this and just... Why did we play the stupid Survivor then? That was stupid. That was really dumb. We shouldn't have played the Survivor there, but... Wait, what? He's not gonna die? Well, I guess, whatever. This is dumb. I think we'll keep this in hand instead of just wasting it here. I don't know what I'm doing. We're just doing random stuff. It's fine. It's just the Burning Elite. We just have 6 Metallicize and now another 4 Strength on all of them with another 6 block Holy crap, well this is terrible. This is a very bad situation here. Oh boy. This is 12 damage. It's another 12 damage over here. I think neutralize is probably not worth it when we're weakened, especially. I guess we can probably go ahead and try to rid the world of these creatures. Go ahead and acrobatics here to see if we can find something nice. Can't find anything great. Guess we'll get rid of this. I don't really want to play that this turn. I think we'll go ahead and maybe we just use the skewer to end his life. Or we can use the skewer with 1 energy to end his life and just like leg sweep blur or something. Keep the phantasmal and the predator, or maybe keep the outmaneuver. I'm not 100% sure here. This is a very slow deck for some reason. I feel like it should be faster, but it's not. I really don't like breaking this block like every single turn just to not kill him. It's really frustrating. So we could just like, yeah, let's just kill these guys. Let's just do this. Let's just get this over with, right? Yeah. Guess we'll just get that over with. Probably keep the blur and the phantasmal. I don't think he's going to attack next turn. He's dealing a little bit of damage to us, unfortunately. But it's only 3 damage, and it should be fine. Did we overdraw there? Maybe. Why did we overdraw? Did we even use anything to draw? Oh, we got the predator in play, right? I forgot about that. Let's go ahead and discard this. I like keeping that in my hand at the end of the turn, but we're definitely not going to get to that point, so like where we actually have it in hand at the end of the turn, so. Fletchlet's pretty good here. Although we could think of no, we're not going to play 3 attacks before we do that, so. Worth just playing here for the 20 damage. Could probably dagger throw to get that tactician out. I would like to put the skewer into the shuffle, but I don't. Obviously, we can't play the skewer before we play like the acrobatics or something, so it's hard to put it into the shuffle when we can't do that at all. Maybe we should just keep it in our hand for next turn with the phantasmal. That would be kind of interesting for sure. We could acrobatics here to see if we can draw some energy gaining as well. We didn't draw any energy gaining, but we can get rid of. Oh, we got the fletchlets again. I guess we could have kept the skill. I guess we can do that, do this. Can probably prepared. Okay, we'll keep the Ascender's Bane to be able to play that next turn, and then we'll go ahead and blur, or we'll keep the Ascender's Bane to get rid of it essentially, and then we'll do this. Next turn we have double damage, so this should do a lot of damage. Hopefully almost lethal him. So it's 15 times 6. That's quite a bit. Let's think of what we're doing here before we do anything. I guess dagger throw isn't insane here. So 15 times 6. Oh, I guess we should have gotten rid of legs because we already have block to block in. 15 times 6 is something. It's going to be, well, 15 times 3 is obviously going to be 45. 45 times 2 is 90, so it's 90 damage, plus the 30 damage from this. That's lethal, isn't it? Yeah, it's lethal. Woohoo! Lethal. Pen Nib is crazy in our deck, obviously. This deck is really weird to play. I forget, does Burst do interesting things with X cost cards? Remind me, if I play Burst on a X cost card, does it do the total energy twice? I feel like it does. For some reason, I don't know why I feel like it does, but see, I have this like memory of that. Burst on X cost. Slay the Spire. The second play of an X cost energy will use the same value of X as the first. Yeah, so it does use the same energy as the first, which is pretty insane. Twice the total? Holy crap, that's crazy. Well, it does twice the chemical X twice? Or sorry, it does 4 essentially on the second one? That's really weird, but cool. I don't know, should we rest here? We do have a regen potion which we could pop right away. The fight's probably gonna go at least 5 turns, so I think that's probably better than resting. We could double up the burst, which is probably worth doing, honestly. Yeah, I think we'll do that. We have a crazy rare deck, like there's a lot of rare cards in our deck. So as I said, we're gonna pop this right away. Now we have some incentive to keep the doppelganger around until we can burst it. So we can go ahead and retain it until we can burst it. We'll prepared here, or sorry, no, not prepared, we'll predator here. And then I think just skewer. Maybe we keep the prepared for next turn as well. Yeah, I think skewer here is kind of nice. Good thing we kept the prepared. That's really nice. I was kind of thinking the prepared could activate the sneaky strike if we drew it. It also helps with fletchlets, I guess. Is another reason we could keep it. Malaise is also awesome here. It would be nice if we could get the burst here, because then we could Malaise and doppelganger. Oh, Malaise is not great here because he has the artifact, right? I forgot about that. We could go ahead and neutralize to just start working away at the artifact. We have another weekend here. We have a leg sweep. I think weakening this guy so that whatever he takes, be it the burst, the doppelganger, or the phantasmal, the tools of the trade, then we can get it out of him faster. Probably worth doing here. Now we can go ahead and adrenaline. What a draw here. Prepared to get rid of the tactician. Get the extra energy, get the block here. Dagger throw not bad either. Double doppelganger in hand. We should probably keep the Malaise until he's not artifact. Doppelganger is nice here because then we can, then we don't have to get it out of these guys because they're not going to steal it. But we have too many cards to retain right now. We have the Malaise and the double doppelganger that we kind of want to keep, which is a little bit annoying. We could always, let's go ahead and discover something. We could sneaky strike. And Venom is not too bad either, but I think Sneaky Strike is just going to be better. We just deal some damage on here so that when we want to break him, we can. I think we should outmaneuver, we should dodge and roll, and then we should go ahead and doppelganger so that next turn we can... We're going to take some damage here. This is 24 damage, which is a bit unfortunate, but we'll only take 14 of it. So it's not too bad. We are regenning, so we'll doppelganger here just to get some draw going and all that. So this is 5 cards, which will make us overdraw by 2, but we get some extra energy. Hopefully we draw the burst, or at least he steals the burst so that we can kill him and get the burst and then play these with like a ton of energy. We're gonna get 8 energy next turn, so that's sort of the plan. The Malaise I'm more keeping for the potential to use it on him once he's not artifact. Yeah, so he steals the burst, so we can kill him next turn, and then be able to deal with that with the burst. So we can Survivor here so that we can activate our Sneaky Strike and kill this guy. I'm not sure what we get rid of with this though. I guess we can get rid of the Blur or maybe the Leg Sweep. Yeah, maybe the Leg Sweep. Then we'll Sneaky Strike on him to get the burst back. Now, we want to play things before... I think we'll probably take the Blur twice, maybe. Although we could take the Phantasmal twice, which would be hilarious. So, if we're able to negate his debuffs next turn, then we could play the Malaise for like 1,000,000 damage next turn. Actually, wait. If we double play the Doppelganger with like a ton of energy right now, then we could play the Skewer to like next turn with crazy effect. I mean, we could even Phantasmal it right now. We could even Phantasmal and Pen Nib. Okay, this is crazy. So let's go ahead and do this so that we get the Phantasmal killer here. Go ahead and we could burst the Phantasmal here. No, I think 1 Phantasmal should be enough damage, honestly. Burst on the Blur. No, I think the Blur is actually just like wasting the energy that we will use. Yeah, okay, let's just double up this. Oh boy. Oh boy. This is gonna be a fun turn. The question is, do we even need this? And I think the answer is no. I think we'll keep this for the extra draw. I really want to Pen Nib this. I really want to Pen Nib this doubled damage skewer that is 24 energy, which will be so funny. Okay, so let's start with a Sneaky Strike. Then we'll go ahead and neutralize. We're gaining energy from doing that. I don't even know how we did that, but then we can go ahead and Skewer, which is double damage twice. And 25 times 32. 800 damage. Wow. What a deck. Oh boy. Oh, I'm gonna cry. Oh, it is so late in the day. We need to hurry it up. I guess we have a combo now, so we can just go ahead and do that over and over again. Let's see here. I think maybe Tools of Trade we could take, or maybe we don't need to take any of these. And Venom is kind of nice with like Fletchlets, but our deck is probably better than Venom is. I think Tools of Trade can probably get us some nice things early on if we manage to draw it early, but it might be a dud sort of thing. I don't know. None of these seem like super great to me. This is like not a right now kind of thing. The 2 discard is also probably bad because of our 10 cards hands usually. Yeah, that's actually a good point. I don't think we want any of these. I'm just gonna skip. Hovering Kite is good. It's just great. It's like a tactician, but on every single card. On the first card you discard. Sacred Bark is also not actually a joke here, because of the fact that we have a full potion deck here, we have Fairy in the Bottle, we have the Artifact Potion. It's actually not a joke, but I think the Hovering Kite is slightly better here. But that's... See, even when Sacred Bark is really, really good, it's still not good enough, is my point with Sacred Bark. We could take 4 elites on the left side. The path doesn't look ridiculous, so there's some outs. I mean, this part of the path is not it's not great, but I don't think we'll have that much trouble. Watch us die here. Oh god, why did I say that? At least we have the Fairy in the Bottle here. Okay, Neutralize for sure we're playing. Acrobatics for sure we're doing. I think we'll get rid of the Discovery here. Take this for sure. We'll go ahead and blur. I think we should Malaise here. But maybe we keep the Malaise for next turn. Yeah, let's keep the Malaise for next turn. Fletchlets is 5 skills, which is pretty epic here. Fortunately, we need to discard something, and it's gonna have to be a skill. I think we discard the Prepared here, because right now, that's the best thing to do, probably. I don't know. That's what I think, at least, right now. We could Acrobatics before we Fletchlets. We probably will at least draw 1 skill and probably more than 1. Yeah, we do draw 2 skills, so Fletchlets increases. We can Fletchlets... I think we should save the Phantasmal, or we should save the Skewer for next turn when we have the Phantasmal up, which will probably just be lethal, is what I'm guessing. I think Leg Sweep is slightly better than Malaise here, but we don't have the energy to do it. We could just do it anyway, and then not play the Phantasmal. That's probably fine, actually. I think we'll still Doppelganger. And we do have another Skewer in here, so we can think about just leaving it. I mean, we could just play this, I mean, is what I'm saying. It's probably fine. Let's just play it. We can keep the Phantasmal if we actually... Oh, no, actually, let's just keep these 2. It's fine. We'll just pass on the Phantasmal. It's gonna only be 1 more turn, I think. We're not gonna stay here too long. Okay, so Skewer is already lethal, isn't it? But we could have some fun. No, let's just leave here. We can't have fun every single combat. It's getting too much. It's getting to be too much. Entropic Brew is kind of weird here, honestly, but we don't really need a Dexterity Potion either. This is nothing. We get 4 cards every single time, and we keep finding nothing. I mean, I shouldn't complain. Our deck is ridiculous, so... Can Acrobatics here. Get rid of this, because we're never going to see that again. We can burst the Doppelganger. And the Malaise with just a little bit of effect here. Let's see what happens here. So this is 3, 5, right? 5 and then 12. We got 6 some. Oh no, that was 6. We got 6 twice, so it doesn't actually double the Chemical X effect, but it still is pretty good. Go ahead and apply the weak on this dude. And the strength modifiers, of course, and we'll deal the 14 damage here. And then we'll do the prepared to just get the extra block here. We get the block from discarding card. We will take a little bit of damage here, unfortunately, but we will get 12 cards and 12 energy next turn, which is okay. I mean, it's okay. Not bad. 12 cards, 12 energy. We can do something with that. Fletchlet seems pretty good here. We can go ahead and dagger throw to get rid of the tactician. Maybe give us another skill there. But I think we can go ahead and... Oh wait, we need some block to Fletchlets, don't we? Or we could just Fletchlets on this guy to just kill him and not worry about it. I think that's probably fine. Doesn't do quite as much as we thought it would, but we could pen nib the skewer here. We need some block first, for sure. Okay, we need to get some block before we can even play the sneaky strike, so let's go ahead and deal the block, or deal the weak there. Let's deal the sneaky strike. Oh wait, we just doubled up the sneaky strike instead of doubling up the skewer. Whoopsie. It's okay, it's fine. I'm not mad. Let's just play these. It doesn't really matter. Let's just do things. It probably doesn't really matter in the end. Yeah, it's fine. So we'll dodge and roll. Could even discovery for some burst, and then double dodge and roll maybe. I just want some blocks so that we can actually play these cards. In Phantasmal, we can... I don't think Neutralize is worth playing. Let's see here. This is going to be... How many times are we going to deal damage here? So 8 times 8 plus 2. So 8 times 10. But how many times are we actually going to deal damage? So 56. So 64 is 8 times 8, so 64 minus 8 is going to be 58, so that's going to be, wait, yeah, no, 56, sorry, 56 exactly, so that's going to be 7 times. So 7 times 6 is a lot more than our block here, but if we do this, that's pretty close to 7 times 6. We're going to take a little bit of damage, but it'll be fine. Yeah, so we took 10 damage there, which is probably actually not worth it, but we can just do this. We're gonna get a potion probably anyway. We didn't get a potion, but it's fine. Doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter that much. Sneaky Strike is slightly better now that we have a hovering kite, but again, I'm not sure if I really want that. We probably do need a little bit more card draw, actually, now that I think about it. Because I find sometimes we're running out of card draw really fast, so I'll take a backflip here. We're taking a little bit too much damage. We probably shouldn't have taken the 10 there. We could have blocked in without it. I think we'll start by doubling the acrobatics. That's awesome. Fletchlets here is kind of insane. Let's go ahead and discard this. Then I think we do want to Doppelganger here because it's doubled, right? We could Fletchlets first. Let's Fletchlets first, actually. Then we'll Doppelganger, and then we can play the Adrenaline. Get an energy back. We can Blur here. Get some block for next turn so we don't need to worry about it so much. And then we can Skewer for the 14 damage. Gonna get 12 energy next turn, hopefully draw a Skewer and just end the game. All right, let's see here. We got a skewer, so 7 times 15 is a lot. A lot of damage, I think. I think it is. I think it is. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it is. This is a disgusting deck sometimes. We can discovery to see if we get something that makes this guaranteed. I don't know how much that was supposed to be, but it was a lot. Whatever it was. I think Dagger Throw is maybe one of the weakest discard cards. Although with the tough bandages, it might be better. I don't know. I've passed it so many times. I have to pass it again, otherwise I'm a hypocrite, right? That's how this works. I don't know. Should backflip to start, I think. Adrenaline's really nice for sure. Prepared on the Tactician is great. Tools the trade will probably end up playing here. We could try to keep... No, we can't keep anything here. So we might as well dodge and roll to block in most of their damage. Can Malaise one of these guys, but probably only for the 2. Go ahead and play the Doppelganger here, I think. I think the skewers we'll just use for the 28 damage that we get from them. 28 damage on this guy. Perfect block in. We're just chilling. Quite a few cards there. 5 skills, not bad. Can probably deal this damage on these guys to... Fletch that's doubled is actually no joke here. Yeah, that is no joke. We can probably kill him if we're... Yeah, we can kill him with Predator Neutralize here, which is not bad at all. We can burst the Acrobatics here to draw a lot of cards. What should we get rid of here? Maybe the Survivor? We probably don't need it right now. Maybe the Dagger Throw here, because we're not really looking to deal damage. We're looking to set up this turn for next turn. So we can... If we play this right now, we're going to overdraw, so we might as well do the outmaneuver instead. Phantasm... Oh, we doubled the Phantasm. I didn't even mean to do that. We can do the Blur. I think I'd rather Acrobatics. Oh, well, we're going to draw 4... Yeah, let's just go ahead and Acrobatics. Fine. Well, that was too many, but it's fine. We could have played the Leg Sweep first, but I don't think we need... Oh, actually, the Leg Sweep will give us some block, so... And we'll have plenty of energy. Maybe we don't need the cards, though, honestly. Yeah, we probably want the card, like a different card instead of that, to be honest. But we do have an Acrobatic, so we can draw something else if we want to. Neutralize is not going to be worth playing here. We have enough block to block in, so let's go ahead and deal some damage over here. We have double damage this turn, so we should have thought about the ideal way to break him. So we could kill this guy, but it would take 5 hits right now. Better to do 1 hit right now, I think. Can go ahead and apply the weak, get some block, and then Skewer probably does it without needing. So let's see here. So Skewer is going to be 45 in 3 attacks. Yeah, that's going to work. We don't have anything else to play, right? We can Discovery first to see if we get some, like, gain like 16 HP. We don't get it, but we weren't really expecting anything like that anyway. Acrobatics, pretty good in our deck, for sure. My metric for how good something is in our deck is if we draw it in the first turn, are we upset? And the answer is no for acrobatics, for sure. I think Blur is the worst card out of these three. Well-Laid Plans is really helping us to set up good turns. Blur is helpful, of course, but we can maybe pick up another one eventually. Skewer, we definitely don't want to get rid of, so... Skewer is one of the best cards in our deck, for sure. We get an extra energy in this fight from Slaver's Collar, so we should probably be fine. We're gonna try to search for Burst here. We have some draw, so we'll have a lot of draw to be able to try to find it. We can probably prepare it here, get rid of dodge and roll. Go ahead and acrobatics as well. Go get rid of the leg sweep. We probably don't need that much block. And we'll get it from the discard anyway, the block that we need, and applying the 2 weeks is not going to do much of anything. Acrobatics again. Tactician, of course, is the one we're going to discard. We would like more Tactician type cards for sure, but obviously we're not going to get them. Very easily, at least. I don't think we want Bullet Time. I think we'll just take an Endless Agony to exhaust this card. Just get rid of it. So Skewer is obviously 14 damage, so this will be lethal on this guy. We do want to kill these guys before the next turn because of the next turn that they have, they're going to deal 25 damage each. It's going to be pretty brutal, but we could think about saving it with the Phantasmal, but I think we'll just draw a bunch with the Doppelganger instead. So we'll Phantasmal here. I don't know if we need to outmaneuver. We could just Doppelganger, keep the outmaneuver. Doppelganger right now is 3 plus 2 is 5 cards. We're keeping 2 cards, so that's too many cards anyway, so might as well outmaneuver because it's an extra energy. Oh right, we have to do it on here. We'll keep the Survivor in our hand, I think, because we're going to be faced against a lot of damage next turn and we're not sure what we're going to draw. Again, we would like to burst Doppelganger or a Malaise. I don't know why I keep saying it the wrong way. I don't know what is the right way anyway, so. I always forget we don't have tools to trade up. So we get the burst here, we get the Malaise, we get Malaise or whatever, however we say it. We get the Doppelganger, so we can burst those if we want to. Bursting the Malaise is pretty nice on the Raptomancer. I don't know if we want to do that quite yet. We have double damage this turn as well, so that's pretty nice. Could go ahead and Survivor on the Ascender's Bane, then deal this damage. We have the Pen Nib right now. We can Acrobatics to try to draw the Skewer, and then that's probably lethal, honestly. $32 times 9? Tell me that's not lethal. Like, that's definitely lethal, isn't it? Yeah. Well, that doesn't happen that often, but it's a pretty cool thing to play around. So whenever you play 3 or less cards during your turn, draw 3 additional cards at the start of your next turn. That can be really good to set up something. I don't think we actually want the Eviscerate. We already have a lot of big attacks that deal damage repeatedly. I don't think we want the Prepared either, even though, of course, the Tough Bandages makes it pretty decent. Actually, maybe it's good enough. It's probably good enough, actually, with the Tough Bandages and the Hovering Kite. I'm just worried that sometimes we'll end up with the wrong thing. I think we should recall here. It's kind of weird to do so, but I think we might want to heal later, so recalling now is worth doing. We also need to make note that we need to take the key in this chest. Please do not let me take the relic instead of the key. I made that mistake too many times and then walked away without realizing. Acrobatics, probably. Discard the Ascender's Bane. Ascender's Bane is now just something we discard because we don't need to worry about it. We will discard it if we draw it, basically. We can use the Discovery to see what we get. We get some interesting cards for sure. Riddle with Holes is probably the best one for 0 cost, although Glass Knife might be 16 damage versus 15 damage. But this is repeatable. Let's do this one. We should have played that at the end of our turn. That was pretty stupid, especially because it cost 0. Yeah, that was really good to do. Yeah, good job, Elijah. Or good job. God damn it. Good job, me. So, I guess we're gonna acrobatics here to Fletchlets. We have 6 skills in hand. Oh, incredible dogs, yes. Whoopsie. Dodge and roll, probably get rid of that. So we'll try... Oh, this is weird. Fletchlets is weird for head because we want to play a bunch of other cards, but we don't want to play cards because then they won't be able to trigger Fletchlets. So we'll just play Fletchlets now. Fletchets. I don't even know how to pronounce anything, honestly. We can try to get the burst here. We don't get the burst, but... Hey Robert, how's it going? I recognize your picture there. Sudoku Dragon. That's a cool name. Should we outmaneuver or should we Phantasmal here? Phantasmal is probably likely to do crazy things next turn, so let's go ahead and Phantasmal. We'll go ahead and Doppelganger here, and of course Skewer. I think we'll save this for a better chance. Maybe not, though. Yeah, let's just save it. It's probably fine. Just texting my fiance to let her know that I'm still streaming, so I might be streaming when she comes back from work, but we'll see. She usually does not like that very much, but we'll try our best to finish up quickly here. So as not to upset. We can burst the Adrenaline and then burst the Doppelganger when we get a chance to, although we should think about maybe Acrobatics first. It's probably worth doing, I think. I think we don't care too much about the Neutralize, although, yeah, it's probably fine. Tools of the Trade will definitely do. I think, should we play the Predator? The Doppelganger is already going to get a lot of cards, so it doesn't matter at all to play the Predator. Although we do have double damage this turn. Maybe we shouldn't play the Doppelganger with that. I guess we can burst the Adrenaline and see what we think, right? So this deals 28 damage times 7. That is a lot of damage. Times 9, actually, plus 2, if we use this. 28 damage times 9. So that's almost 200 damage. Oh, that is 200 damage, obviously, because 8, yeah. Okay, so I think we shouldn't Doppelganger this turn just because, like... Yeah, we can deal a lot of damage. And if we get 2 more turns of Phantasmal, that'll also be a lot of damage. So I think we should just try to beef up our stuff here. Try to draw maybe the Tactician, yeah, okay. can even outmaneuver here for next turn to do this, or... I mean, it's giving us plus 10% damage every time we play a card is the thing that I'm thinking here. Yeah, this pocket watch is really helping us a lot. I mean, this is 70 damage versus the 35. That's the same amount of damage, though, so... doesn't really make a difference here. I'm thinking like whether playing more cards is going to be worth it. Well, we do have 2 zero-cost cards in here, so it probably is worth it to draw. Oh my word, we could burst again. We could burst the zero-cost. That's actually not a bad idea. We even get another sneaky strike play here. I think we'll burst, and then at the end of the turn we can play both Doppelganger and Malaise, and then... yeah, that's pretty crazy. Well, that was 240 damage, and next turn we have a doubled damage again, and we have a skewer in the deck we are going to draw. I am assuming we are going to draw it because we are going to double up this, and we're going to double up this, which is going to be awesome. We can keep the 1 card, I think. We'll keep the damage card, I think, is probably the best move. Although we could have kept the skill because it's less energy and it's adding 10% damage, so... I don't know, it's pretty close there. Get rid of the leg sweep, I don't think we need that here. Play the prepared for sure here. I guess we'll get rid of the predator. We probably don't have the energy to play it. We want to energize our skewer up, although we do just have lethal here, don't we? Yeah, we probably have lethal here. But we can play around a tiny bit, but yeah, we should probably just end this game. Yeah, let's just go ahead and end. Oh no, we used the pen nib on that? Oh no, we powered up the pen nib all the way. We did not use it. Another fear potion is probably just going to be better than Tropic Brew, but Tropic Brew could be pretty good at the end of the game. Right now we're probably just keeping... okay, Reflex is awesome. Although another burst, although the burst hasn't been that great, honestly. A Reflex I think is slightly better here. I don't know, it was actually pretty close. I probably should have thought about it a little bit more. Nunchaku would have been nice, but we have to take the key here, because we're not sure if we'll get another chest at all. Okay, let's think here. We can burst the Phantasmal, although let's start by bursting the Acrobatics. We definitely don't want to double up the Neutralize here. Get rid of the Ascender's Blade. Ascender's Bane, that's the word. I was like, Blade? Something like that? I don't know. We could double up the Skewer here to deal just a ton of damage, although the difficulty with Skewer on Writhing Mass is that every time he receives attack damage, he changes his intent, so we have to be careful that we have something to change his intent at the end of the turn. But we do want to double up something like a Phantasmal here for sure. We don't have any draw, so we might as well double up the Phantasmal right now. Oh, we do have draw. I don't know what I'm thinking, but I think we will just play the Skewer for the double, or we could play the Predator, and then the Skewer at the end, and then, yeah, that's probably fine. Oh boy. Well, we're gonna take some damage here, but I guess it's fine. Oh god, we have 2 more elites to fight. This is definitely like an unlabeled elite fight. We should probably try to, as soon as possible, deal with this die and get out of here. I mean, we could Acrobatics, probably is worth doing. Yeah, that's definitely worth doing. We'll get rid of the outmaneuver. Adrenaline for sure. Leg sweep might just be good to just block in, but I guess we could backflip instead of leg sweep. Prepare it into reflex is too many cards, isn't it? Although we do get block from discarding things, so yeah, it's probably fine. Okay, interesting. Okay, we got the burst again. We also have the fletchlets for crazy damage here. Oh, this is probably just lethal, isn't it? Although he just gained a ton of block. We could probably burst and like... Okay, let's well lay plans. And then we'll burst. And we'll double doppelganger, I think. And then just have a crazy amount of damage for next turn. We can go ahead and play this as well. Let's keep this in our hand with the well-laid plans, and then we'll just have a crazy amount of damage next turn with the like 12 energy we'll get. Oh, and we have the Phantasmal up, so yeah, there's not even a contest here. We're just gonna win. Yeah, we just won. Swift Potion, not too bad either. I think Vulnerable is slightly worse than Swift. Footwork is not bad, but I think we pass because consistency is really the issue here, honestly. This is slightly scary here. This guy is a little bit scary for me. I don't know why. He just feels like he could be scary. Tactician's definitely a good discard here. See, with all this draw, we get to look at quite a lot of the cards. And we get to pick out what exactly we want from our deck. Nightmare is not bad at all. What do we want next turn is the question. Well, let's keep Nightmare for a little bit and we'll see what we get here with the Dagger Throw. We get a backflip, which is pretty nice. Probably get rid of the Neutralize, it's not doing very much here. Guess we could Nightmare on the Doppelganger. It's probably good enough, right? Kind of hoping for an attack because we're dealing double damage next turn, but... Unfortunately, we don't have the blur anymore, so we can't like keep this block for next turn. And also next turn is double damage, but also it's going to be his intangible turn, which is super annoying. I mean, we could draw here if we really want to. But like, oh, whatever, let's just do it. We should have Nightmared on the Skewer instead, but that would be next turn we would get that, and that's kind of terrible, isn't it? I mean, we'll just go out of our minds with the Doppelgangers next turn, right? Yeah, so... we should be... This fight shouldn't last more than like 3 turns, honestly. This should be fun. So next turn we're gonna get 3 Doppelgangers into our hand. Holy crap, that's a lot of damage. I guess we'll look into... I don't know. Oh no! What have I done? I didn't even think about what I just did. Well, that was dumb. Yeah, we could Malaise this guy like twice. Could just use, yeah, let's just do this. Okay, so we're gonna Tools of Trade before we do that, and then we're guaranteed to draw Skewer next turn. So we're gonna go ahead and burst. We're gonna Malaise, doubled up to just like destroy him, and then we're gonna quadruple Doppelganger. We're gonna get insane amounts of energy next turn, and that will be used on this Skewer. Nice attack you got there, buddy. Be a shame if someone were to deal 10 million damage to you. We can go ahead and try to get some extra strength here if we want to. But I mean, 8 times 16, what is that? 8 times 16. Well, 8 times 10 is obviously 80, and 8 times 6 is obviously some number. I don't even know my times tables, to be honest. It's some number at least, yeah. I would say it's 58, is that right? That feels like a weird number to me. No, I think it is 58. 48. Is it? Yeah, 48, yeah. I don't know. Mental math is too hard. 48. 48 plus 80 is not... Oh, wait, yes, it is lethal. Okay. Whatever. Math can go away. Whetstone was pretty good there. I'm too tired after playing this game for, what has it been, like 2 hours? 3 hours now. Math can go away. We've been doing math at basically every single turn of this game. I don't think expertise is really doing anything here. We could dodge the elite here and just take the shop campfire. Probably best, honestly, if we do that. Of course, we get this late, and we get this also late. Calculated gamble isn't terrible here, for sure. I mean, it's certainly good with tough bandages. It's certainly good in your opening hand. Calipers is pretty amazing, too. Secret technique also pretty good here. Got a lot of options here. What are we faced against? Oh, the power dude? We don't really have any powers except for the tools of the trade. It's our only power, I think. I think we take calipers. It's pretty good. We were saying we missed our blur, and this is basically blur plus. Blur every single turn. We could take the potion, but I think we'll just save for the next shop, the shop in after this guy. I don't feel threatened. We'll take the outmaneuver plus. Maybe not. Yeah, we need consistency. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, Hexagos, please don't. Please do not screw me over. I think we'll take the 2 cards instead of the energy. We have lots of energy right now. We'll probably get another discard card with our draw here. Oh yeah, Malaise is disgusting against him, right? I forgot about that. Okay, so I think we go ahead and play this, then the skewer, then the skewer, then the doppelganger, and we just chill. Should be able to draw through deck pretty fast, get back to the skewers, get to doing good things. Oh, what's that? You don't have any attack. This poor guy. We're such a bully. all he ever wanted to do was attack us. We took that away from him. Let's see here. What did we just play? I think we just played something we probably should have discarded instead. We'll get rid of this, I suppose. We'll just play this now. It's fine. Play this to draw those and then get rid of them. I think we'll burst acrobatics first. Get rid of the neutralize, I think. That's not worth playing. We could play the skewer doubled up. It's probably worth doing, right? We'll get rid of the fletchets. Prepared oh no, no, no! We didn't burst on our doppelganger as if we needed to, but it's fine. God, I'm a dummy. It's fine. It really doesn't matter at all. Oh, we just doubled that. I always play the sneaky strike when I get it, and I just sometimes it's to my detriment. It really is. Yeah. That's not cool. This is nice for sure. Just draw some extra cards next turn. Keep these in our hand, why not? We won't overdraw with them, so. Caliper's putting in work here, as always. I wish we had gotten this pocket watch like with some other decks. It's a really nice relic for sure, but it's just like, it's not good right now. We have double damage, so this should be a piece of cake. We just need to find like one skewer. Go ahead and toss that. Backflip for some cards. Can just Predator here, that's almost lethal. Acrobatics, get rid of this. Sneaky Strike is lethal. Okay, we're done. Stone Calendar, we'll probably never even get to that point, but we could take a Piercing Whale because it's good against like the heart, but we have a Malaise, so it's probably not good. We'll probably just Malaise for better, right? We could think about healing here. Smithing, we could smith the skewer. That's actually probably worth doing. Or the adrenaline. Probably the skewer is better. Where is it? There it is. I think this is probably the best smith. Just gives us a little bit less annoyance. I don't know what the word is there. It annoys me less. I don't know. We can burst and then acrobatics here. It's gonna be pretty nice. Unfortunately, we drew things that we would like to play more than Doppelganger here, so we're not going to end up bursting the Doppelganger. We're probably going to just end up bursting the Adrenaline instead. Yeah, we have the well-laid plans and the tools of the trade, but it's fine. Really, what we just want to do with this deck is discard a bunch of things, get a bunch of block with our tough bandages, and then play the skewers for like some damage every turn. And then, yeah, we're fine. We're fine with that. It's not too complicated of a deck. It's just do the thing until they're dead. And we have a bunch of draw to help us with it, so bunch of energy cards, so we'll get rid of this. Fletchets, probably worth getting rid of before now, or just then when I had the opportunity to get rid of something. Do we have reflexes in here, but the tactician I think I already left out here. We can Probably play this. I don't think we'll play the Fletchits. We might as well play the Outmaneuver, though. The Doppelganger I could play here, too. Go ahead and deal this damage here, I think. We just want to be able to kill these two next turn. Fletchits I'll keep because I'll have a big hand next turn. Although maybe I shouldn't have kept the Acrobatics there. Maybe I shouldn't have kept either one, actually. Because we're going to overdraw here. Fletchits probably will end up going over here. Can play the Prepared now and discard the Sender's Bane. We'll probably end up bursting the Malaise. So I think the Fletchits should go here first before we do anything else. And then play the Acrobatics. Get rid of that. We need a little damage to deal with this guy, but if we don't deal with him, it's probably fine. We'll probably get enough energy that we won't care, really. We should really think about when we want to play the burst so that we can optimize the Malaise. Fletchits, obviously not too bad here. We just played one, and we're happy with it, so. What can we do here? I guess we could... Did we use all our draw? Yeah, we did use all our draw, so... I guess we should burst the Phantasmal. And then the... We can't kill him, not quite. We probably should have played, like, the leg sweep at least. But let's go ahead and just do this right now. We're taking a little bit of damage, which we really didn't need to do here. Feels a little bit weird to do. Guess we could deal with him and we wouldn't take any damage, but yeah, that's fine. It's only a little bit of damage we're missing there. We're drawing 3 cards next turn, so we won't overdraw if we keep both of these, and why not keep both of them anyways, right? Nice damage you have there, buddy. My hand is full. Oh, right. We overdraw with the Tools of the Trade. I forgot about that. We can get rid of the Neutralize. I think 15 weak. I think that's probably enough weak. I think probably enough. Maybe not. 24 times 8. That's got to be a big number, right? He does come back for 1 turn afterwards, so we need to be a little bit careful about how we set up for that next turn. So I think getting the extra draw and the extra energy next turn is probably enough. We're going to draw some nice draw cards next turn if we don't draw right now. We can keep some draw cards in our hand as well. This is lethal, isn't it? 24 times 5. I'm too dead to do math right now. Let's just go ahead and plug that into the calculator here. 24? Okay, 24 times 5 is 120 plus another... oh no, it's times 7, right? 24 times 7 is 168. So that's not quite lethal here. I mean, we could... Let's go ahead and dagger throw. I guess we need to draw then if it's not lethal, right? Let's get rid of the dodge and roll. We don't need that. Acrobatics. Survivor, probably the worst card here. Fletchlet's not too bad right now, for sure. We could burst on backflip. And then burst on the prepared to get rid of some... Oh, I did not mean to do that. Whoopsie. It's fine. Okay, so we can definitely kill him now. Yeah. Oh, we probably should have played the Phantasmal to set up for the next turn. Whoopsie. We'll keep the draw instead of Phantasma, I think. It's pretty close there, but oh, I bursted it anyway? That's fine then. Oh, we had the pen nib. That's why we killed him so easily. I was like, I swear this didn't do this much damage like 2 seconds ago. Get rid of the outmaneuver. We're not about those 2-turn things. It's nothing about next turn. It's this turn. This turn or nothing. I think we get rid of the Predator instead of that. Because we still have the Tactician in here, so this is going to be net neutral if we're able to draw the Tactician, which we should be able to do with these acrobatics. Well, that took a little bit more energy than I thought, but it was fine. It doesn't really matter in the end. Anyways, we could backflip instead of. That's probably fine. And then just double up on these. Yeah, probably good. Yeah, that's lethal. Pen nib almost to 10, which is great. Okay, my goal is to finish all this in 20 minutes, because that's what I said when I said I would be done. Okay, we made it to Ascension 11. Somehow we made it to Ascension 11 with the Silent before the other 3 classes. Which is a bit odd, because the Silent was the hardest one to get to Ascension 10, but I thought we were going to get it to Ascension 11 with the other 2 before, the Defect and the Watcher, but somehow we failed to do so. So I think it's the Tactician that we should upgrade, not the Adrenaline, because the Adrenaline is only the 1 turn that we get the extra energy, but this is every time we draw it, and we're drawing this a lot of times, so why not, right? All right, let's see what we have in our. Oh, that would no, that's not the thing I thought it was. I thought it was a discard thing. This would be nice if we had the money for it because of the hard stuff. We could a random skill or regen. I think regen's slightly better, or even the energy. We could take another acrobatics, but it's not necessary for sure. I don't know what is good in this deck. We could take a choke. I mean, we do play 1,000,000 cards a turn, really. It's usually like 13 cards a turn. It counts it with this, so. I mean, it's not good early. It's probably not good enough to take, actually. Let's just take this. Let's just take this and maybe take this instead of the skill potion. That's probably better, right? We should be able to do this fight without using potions, but if we need to, that's fine too, right? I think we'll start with a backflip here. Acrobatics on the Ascender's Bane. Can tools the trade. We can well play plans. We should probably be prepared here. I don't really need the Malaise right now. We definitely don't need the Survivor right now. We probably would like it for next turn. But I think we'd rather Doppelganger instead, honestly. The Malaise, it's not going to work. The weakened, or sorry, the artifact is not broken. You don't have like a red mask or anything like that. What we can do here is we can Fletchlets and then Skewer. We can outmaneuver Fletchlets, Skewer, and then Doppelganger. Fletchlets, Skewer on the pen nib for 40, and then go ahead and do that. We don't get to keep any cards in our hand, but it's probably fine. Very nice, very nice. We get to... This looks fine. We can draw 2 here. It's a little bit easier to get rid of that first than the Tactician first, I would say. We can deal some damage. Get rid of the artifact here. And then we could even weaken him. If we can draw through our deck to the Malaise, that would be really nice right now for sure. We could draw through and then get the burst Malaise, that would be great. Should we play the leg sweep on him though? Probably not, because we are wanting to do that, right? The Malaise, so let's go ahead and dagger throw. Get rid of this. Can try to get rid of something with the discovery, like, oh, that's really nice, actually. Let's go ahead and burst the acrobatics here. Get rid of this. And then let's see here, what do we want to get rid of? Probably the dodge and roll. It's not very good in our deck in general. And unfortunately, we're gonna have to draw again. I think we'll play the adrenaline just so that we get the maximum amount of energy out of this. Oh, we didn't... We get the burst back, so that's something for sure. Can get rid of this burn here. I think we will play the Phantasmal. It's worth probably doing. And then we could burst the acrobatics again, but we're gonna overdraw, right? So like 1, 2, 3 cards when we discard, so then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards in our hand, so we'll get 3 more, we discard 1, so then we're down to 8. So we will overdraw by 1, so we should play 1 card before we do this. I guess the leg sweep is probably... Maybe we'll play the leg sweep over here just to get rid of the... Yeah, okay, let's do that. Tactician, very nice. We get the Malaise in our hand, which is perfect. We want that. We can go ahead and Predator, or do we want a Predator? So the thing is that I want to double up the Malaise. So I don't want to play any more skills right now because I want to burst the Malaise, but that'll take all of our energy. So question is, when are we ready to do that? Well, we can't play any skills until we do that. So I guess we just do it, right? Yeah, it's probably fine to just do it here. We're not really looking to play the Predator. Maybe we should play the Predator, but the extra strength loss is probably worth it, right? I don't know. Maybe it isn't. We definitely want our direction to be over here because he's at 0. I don't think we want a Doppelganger right now. I think we'll keep the Doppelganger in our hand, though. We want a Doppelganger for a little bit more, I think, than 0. Well, 3 it is, but I think we'll keep the acrobatics here as well. Maybe we should have Doppelganger there, but we do have some... We don't have any Tacticians in our deck, but we do have Tacticians in our discard here, which we could use to get more energy. I do need block. Eventually, yeah, but not right now. We could probably kill this guy first, because this guy is probably not going to do any damage for a very long time, I'm going to assume. That's probably going to get better as we go on here. I'm just going to assume that's going to get better as we get a bigger hand size. Yeah, so it's at 5 skills now, so that's better than before for sure. Let's... Acrobatics again, probably. Tactician is perfect. We can Fletchlets here. We probably have lethal here. Burst the backflip. Oh boy. What should we do here? I guess... I don't know what we should do here. Maybe we should burst the outmaneuver or something just to get rid of it before we play the prepared on these. I don't know. Oh, we ran out of energy. That's fine. Just go ahead and kill this guy. Pen nib on this guy. Not quite damn lethal, but we can go ahead and spend this. Doesn't really matter. We'll keep this just to kill him with. I don't know. We'll probably kill him next turn. Oh yeah, for sure we're overcomplicating the fight. I mean, it's... yeah. It was 1 before we even started, so we don't need to really worry about anything. We don't need a skill potion. Tactician is awesome here. We have more than enough draw to be able to use it. So the limiting factor here is... oh my gosh, Bag of Prep is awesome. I didn't even realize we got that. The limiting factor here is that he can only take 297 damage a turn. It's not even that the heart's scary. It's his invincible. That's the limiting factor. Okay, we need to get some block here first of all before we play anything. Well-laid plans and tools of trade. We have no draw somehow. Somehow we ended up with no draw. I guess we can discovery for draw. We don't have any draw here. We could fletchlets. Maybe well-laid plans just to get it out of our deck. Don't think the weak is doing much here. We can just play a bigger doppelganger by doing this. We got the hovering kite as well with that energy. Okay. We did. For some reason, I thought that we had messed up something and not artifact, but we did get rid of the vulnerable through the artifact, so that's good. We can Malaise him into not dealing any damage to us, which will be nice, of course. Prepared will get us the reflex, which will get us 2 cards, bring us up to 10 cards. Let's see here. We could fletchlets now, which is decent for sure. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. 7 skills is probably the most we'll have, I'm guessing. Could wait for the burst on the accurate adrenaline. That's probably worth doing, right? Predator, probably not worth keeping in our hand. The leg sweep is also not worth keeping, I don't think. Outmaneuver might have been worse, actually. Can double up here. We can probably just keep the skewers for next turn then, to deal maximal damage. But I guess we'll probably play them both turns, right? So pellets would have been really nice here. We should try not to discard this because it won't exhaust then, and then we keep drawing it, so we should try to keep it if we can. We didn't burst that, but it's fine. Get rid of the dodge and roll, I think. We really want to Malaise him. We just can't seem to draw it. The dazed is sort of the same deal, so I guess we'll keep the... I guess we'll burst the outmaneuver and the Malaise. Or I guess why are we bursting the outmaneuver when we get to burst the doppelganger, right? And then we will play these because they're going into our discard, so we're going to draw them anyway. We have enough draw in this deck that it doesn't really matter when we play them, as long as it's not dealing any damage to the invincible, or as long as it's not, yeah, you know what I mean. We're gonna keep this in our hand simply because we don't want to shuffle it in. No, maybe we're fine with shuffling it actually. It's probably fine. We could have taken an extra 2 energy to reduce his strength even more, if we wanted to. Let's go ahead and do this. We get an extra 3 block at the beginning of the turn from the tough bandages, which is really nice to be able to play attacks first. Sometimes it's hard with the heart to not take any damage because like you end up playing something without realizing it, sort of thing. Go ahead and try to discard these things to get us energy and not take damage from them. Probably burst on the acrobatics first. Get rid of the reflexes, but that will probably overdraw us, won't it? Yeah, it will, by 1. Get rid of this. I don't want to pen nib, that is the problem, so I don't want to keep that in my hand. So we can pen nib the skewer for just a ton of damage, but it's going to be more than his health total, which is the big problem here, I think. We still have a burst left, so we could burst on the Phantasmal. Backflip here. Acrobatics. Get rid of the dodge. Outmaneuver for next turn. Acrobatics again. Probably actually didn't want to shuffle the deck, but it's fine. We don't want to play an attack, so I guess we'll Survivor. We'll leg sweep. We can acrobatics actually. I didn't realize we had another one. We can get rid of this. Acrobatics. Get rid of the tactician first. Then we can prepare it. Get rid of the reflex. Draw 2 cards. Let's see here. I guess Fletchlets is a good amount of damage, but like we're probably already over his amount with just like a regular skewer, like even the 0-cost skewer with like the damage we have in hand. So it doesn't really matter that we exactly do the right, the pen nib on the skewer. It's just a little bit difficult to do on the skewer, to be honest. So we shouldn't be too picky here, I don't think. Get rid of this, I think. Play this. We can burst into backflip here. Prepared. Oh, I forgot about the burst. Whoopsie. Whoops. Whatever. Can go ahead and acrobatics. Get rid of the dagger throw, I guess. Fletchlets is a decent amount, but like 18 times 4 is already pretty close to 70, isn't it? Probably just Predator here. Then get the energy. We probably don't need to play that ever. Can burst the acrobatics. See if we can't get the tactician back so that we can play, like, I don't know, dodge and roll. I don't even know. It doesn't really matter here. Just play the Fletchlets. Oh, he's already not taking any damage. Whoopsie. Well, I guess we can just keep the skewers in hand for next turn and just kill him. These are probably going to be enough damage to break him next turn anyway. And the calipers are helping us a lot here. Probably just want to start with this. Sneaky strike, prepared, reflexes, get out of here. This one I meant to do. Okay, I don't know, play a prepared. We don't need to, if we don't need that, we'll kill him before then, I think. And then, I don't know, Predator, probably worth doing. Can do acrobatics now on the Tactician. Probably get a few more skills before we play Fletchlets. That's probably enough. This is definitely over his total now. I mean, even 56 times 3 is too much now, so we don't need to worry too much about... We're just setting up for next turn, basically, instead of worrying about this turn. We can play another Predator to draw 4 cards instead. I think I'd like a couple more... Yeah, basically just bullying him now. Oh, we didn't really draw that well, but it's fine. I guess we'll just play this. Whatever. I forgot we could keep 3 cards also. We're just chilling. It doesn't really matter. We win. It's fine. It's fine. Just go ahead and finish him off. Oh, I forgot to pop the pots. Whoopsie. Well, that was the easiest silent run of my entire life. Actually, that was a really... That was, in the early game, that was a really difficult deck to play. But it started to get a lot easier once we got we got so many acrobatics offered in the third act, it was insane. I can't look at our deck right now, but it's pretty crazy. Yeah, I have 4 copies of a non-star card. I'm pretty sure that's acrobatics. And we hadn't even gotten like 1 acrobatics before we got to the third act, I think. Maybe 1, maybe just 1. But once we got the hovering kite, it was like, yeah, acrobatics is a very good card now. Okay. Well, I think 3 hours and 40 minutes is enough Slay the Spire for me for today. But thank you all for coming out, and I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. And we will continue our Ascension climb. If I feel like it, I don't know, maybe we'll feel like playing a different game at some point. We'll see. Maybe we'll play Downfall at some point here. The, like, Slay the Spire new game sort of thing. Anyways, that's enough for me, so have a good one. See you. Bye.